All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Sled Stories. We're sitting up at RaveX right now, sitting with Ralph and Dave, and trying to get their story. We came, Max and I were kind of on a little road trip today through New Hampshire, and we're like, hey, might as well go up to Maine and go see these guys and, kind of get their story. I think a lot of people are a little curious on, kind of your guys' story and, kind of where you guys came up from. So.
Yeah. We've known you guys.
Welcome, guys. Well, not welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for welcoming us.
Yeah. Thanks for coming over.
But thanks for sitting
drive.
down, guys. I know obviously you're just got out of work, shop just closed, so it's nice that you guys sat down with us.
Only have a couple minutes.
We'll make it quick. Yeah, no, we've known you for a really long time, but don't know the story. And that's what we're after. That's the idea. So.
Right on.
It's about time we were invited on a podcast because everybody else was shitting green when Ralph and I started, and everybody's doing podcasts. Nobody wants to talk to us.
Yeah,
you got to be Chet from Backwoods to get on a podcast. Holy smokes!
He does make the rounds, doesn't he? He's on. He pops up everywhere.
He's successful and he's a go-getter.
Yeah, absolutely,
awesome.
And he's got the energy, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
he does have energy.
Yeah,
vision.
You think I'm crazy on the mic? I bet he'd be just as crazy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
When we first started, Chet didn't even have his license, and he used to pedal his bike to RaveX.
Oh no shit!
Like that whole crew.
No way.
I tell this to everybody. I'm proud of him. I mean, the guy is super successful.
Well, look at him now.
Literally, he didn't have his driver's license when we opened, and
No
he
way.
was coming to RaveX to buy snowmobile gear.
So what year was that? When did you guys officially
2005.
2005?
Yep.
Now, as far as the company goes, like when you say you opened, was that the first start of RaveX? Like, how long were you doing it before you physically opened a store?
Well, the idea started. The name actually, Rave, was RA's for Ralph, VE's for Dave, and it was going to be Rave. It's Rave Brothers LLC is the technical business name, doing business as RaveX. And we were actually in college. We both worked at a call center in Wyndham where we grew up called Rana. It was Rob and Jana. So we were just about graduating college, and we're like, we're going to start our own call center. And then we got a call from a buddy that left and went to the mortgage industry, and then the call center thing went out the window because we found good opportunity to make money there, so we did that. And then that's how Rave was born.
Okay.
In conjunction or because of the company we worked for back in college. And then
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ralph and Dave, Rave.
Mm-hmm. And X was Extreme Motorsports.
Extreme.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So did you guys, I know with us, when we created our brand, we just made a couple T-shirts and a couple hats and a couple stickers and whatever, and then all of a sudden it sort of grew, or did you guys, go in feet first, or was it sort of a slow build as well? What was the progression like?
Well, we were at our mortgage company that we worked for, and I used to buy snowmobile gear at local dealerships. Actually, I started buying my first high-end outerwear out of Shade Tree, I think, and I was like, you can't buy this anywhere local. I went to my local dealer, and they're like, we don't want to carry this brand, and I'm like, all right. So we took out some credit cards.
We gotta reverse this back too.
Whoa, we gotta go way back.
Sled-necks, two-stroke cold smoke.
Oh,
watching
yeah.
those videos,
Inspiration.
That would set you up.
Oh, yeah.
And just watching Sled-necks, and then all you'd see is HMK.
Yeah.
That was the brand.
Oh,
HMK.
they owned it.
Huh?
Oh, they owned the athletes in that industry.
Basically.
Everybody was HMK then.
Anybody who's anybody had HMK.
Yeah.
Who was the other company? Flesh Gear? Remember Flesh Gear?
Flesh Gear, yep.
Yeah,
They were kind of, because it was Crusty Demons.
Yep.
And that was the dirt version and had some snowmobiles in it too. But yeah, Crusty Demons and Sled-necks, and Frontier Films is one of our favorites, and that was kind of the, not rival, but the other sled video back then. And so it started with that and HMK, and Ralph's like an avid snowmobiler. He's been snowmobiling since he was just a little guy. His dad got him into it. And they bought the first set of HMK boots, Ralph and one of our other buddies.
Frankie.
They ordered these HMKs because they saw them all over Sled-necks in the videos.
Yeah, so
and
the marketing worked.
Yeah, marketing worked. And then they bought another brand. I don't even want to give them the light of day on this podcast, but it's Milk. So HMK and Milk.
Yeah.
Two brands that started RaveX because we're like, nobody wants to sell HMK and these other things. Mm-hmm. So
we're like, let's do it. Let's start a business. and we did it. And
So were they
no-
the first brand that you started selling? Like
HMK. I called Kirk, so we had like a little relationship, because I was the first boots he'd sold east of the Mississippi or something like that, not to a snow crosser.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, literally call the phone number, and Kirk picked up, and he
Hey,
was
it's
like,
Kurt.
yeah, and he was like, we kind of became friends. The internet was kind of new, like we'd email back and forth, and I sent him a picture I wrote in like early October, and he posted it on his website, and I was like, oh my god, I'm famous.
I made it.
Yeah. And so when we decided to do it, I called him like, hey, what do you got? What do you think? He goes, I think it's a great idea. What's your address? And I was living in Poland at the time, and I came home from work, and I had like boxes of HMK boots on my porch. I'm like, well, I don't even have a business yet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have nothing. So we decided to go for it. And that was, HMK was pretty much the reason why we started, for sure.
Okay, SledNex,
Yep.
that other brand that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
You had some
Fly-
SledNex gear.
Oh, I had
Actually-
some Sled pants, the zip-off ones with the green
Yeah,
and the
dude,
snow
SledNex,
camo.
yes. Uh-huh.
Can't really speak to the quality of those were a little bit
Back in the day.
yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
They show their age a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I still had those pants.
Those were
I know, right?
But
Wall hangers.
oh yeah, for sure that would have been a good garage piece. Like, yeah, those pants are 2005, 2000.
Yeah, Barant was wearing those, jumping the lift and whichever SledNex that was. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We should actually say that it was Climb because they were one of the reasons we opened was for Climb gear.
Oh, okay.
We were one of the only people that ever sold that. So when everybody's still wearing thick leather jackets,
Yep.
we started RaveX selling thin
Yep.
$500 coats, and people would walk up to our booth at the trade shows, touch the garment. This shit ain't gonna keep.
No,
you
I'm
warm."
going to freeze in this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and they walk off, and Ralph and I worked our asses off for 10 years selling that.
On
Yep.
layering,
And then
yeah.
all of a sudden, Climb went through the Yamaha phase. So you'd get them at Yamaha dealerships. And then Climb's like, who's the next highest bidder? Online, Shade Tree,
Yep.
Dennis Kirk. And now it's just like, all right, we're going big.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was the mindset though back in the early 2000s was like the bigger, heavier jacket,
Yeah.
better. It's like
Now
this
you don't buy anything
misconception.
insulated almost. Like
Yeah.
I don't own anything insulated. You layer up and that's it.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I can see it must have been hard to change that kind of mindset to say, hey,
Yeah.
we're selling this, And it's the other thing
Real
is
hard.
like we're having a conversation about off-brand stuff with my dad
Yeah.
earlier today, and it was like, a lot of guys think that you have to buy the brand of your snowmobile for the gear, right? Like if you're a Do guy, you're going to go and buy Do gear. Like there was no
Yep.
the thought of like a third party company to like buy stuff from was like foreign to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think to kind of get that like brand awareness of like there are HMKs, there's Climbs out there like besides the OEM that you're riding for
Yeah.
to get for gear. So it sounds like you guys had a lot of pain points with that in the beginning.
yeah, it was literally like killer bumblebees, dragons, M&Ms. Like that was
Scary
the
cat
ugliest
faces.
clothing. So when we're watching SledNex, we're like, dude, these guys are sick. Like
Yeah.
they look cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Functional gear like Climb back then, super functional, and they were cutting edge back then. So we wanted to carry the coolest, cutting it, bringing West Coast style to the East is kind of how we looked at it.
Yep.
But they hate small business now. So
Didn't
And
didn't
waterproof.
Climb? Wasn't their logo then aggressive sled gear? Aggressive
Yeah.
something
Sled
like
wear.
aggressive
Yeah.
sled wear. That's what it was
Yeah.
embroidered on all their stuff,
Yes.
and then obviously they got rid of that. And I was just like, "That's."
Yeah.
I remember having a pair of pants that said that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious."
and
And
it
I-
was actually awesome stuff.
Yeah,
It was.
Well, it was
Yeah.
waterproof. Nothing else was waterproof. Like we used to like take trash bags. We'd go to the county snowmobiling and we'd take trash bags on a snow day and like poke holes in it and put that on. Then put your bibs on and go
Yeah.
riding. And then I bought those bibs and I was like, I'm not wet. And then my buddy's like, you're not wet? And I'm like, no. And he got a set. And then
I gotta get
the
those.
waterproof membrane changed the game. And they were the first. I think they were the first in the sled industry to bring Gore-Tex or
Gore-Tex,
that waterproof membrane to the market.
That's crazy.
Enough about them because we don't sell them.
Yeah, no, out. Well, the patent ran out on Gore-Tex. There's so many other membranes out there now that
Yep.
you can have your own membrane if you want, technically. But
Right.
Yeah.
Fly racing.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
That's.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it. You guys obviously carry a ton of it, and we were just before we got started. I was looking it all over and checking it all out because I really didn't know a ton about it. And how long have you guys been affiliated with them? A little while, right?
20 years.
Yeah, we had Fly when we first
Our
opened.
buddy Yorkie had a Fly helmet.
No way.
Before we even opened, when we made our very first video, Ride 246 video, and Yorkie had a Fly helmet, and it was like
guys in the
sick.
videos
So
did
that was
too.
one of the first calls we made with HMK was also how do we get Fly helmets? And so we got set up with Western Power Sports, who sells fly and everything. Anything cool that has to do with sleds you can get from Western for the most part. And so, yeah, that was one of our first brands, too, to get set up. And once you get Western, you have all the cool snowmobile parts, accessories.
Right, access to
fly racing. Yeah, so 20 years. That was one of our very first brands, too, was fly. Yeah.
And obviously, they support you guys. We'll get into the. I'm curious about the freestyle aspect of things, but they support the freestyle segment like big time. And obviously, they're huge in motocross, so like it's a good, easy crossover for you guys.
Totally. And they didn't even have sled gear back then.
Yeah,
It was just all moto. Yeah.
When did they dedicate to? When did they go to sled gear? When did they first start? Putting it part of their catalog.
Kind of when 2011 or 12ish. They had a few pieces.
First fly jacket was probably the
SNX.
SNX still, right?
Yeah. Maybe the Aurora, but yeah.
At least 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, in the beginning, it obviously was new to them. They weren't really experienced in the snow industry, but their stuff has come so far in the last
a long ways.
5 years, 6 years. It's just been actually more than that. I'm old. Last probably 8 years. It's just been getting better every year.
Yeah.
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 So you guys start with HMK boots. That's like your first strung up your doorstep with all these boots.
Yeah.
Like, what was the next step? Like, was it retail store? Was
Getting
it
credit
online
cards.
store? Like,
Credit cards. We had already had them because that's kind of how we got that.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Kirk just sent
No, he just
those.
mailed it.
No credit cards.
No account.
Oh, just on good
I
faith
didn't have a
and-
business account with him. I had no credit history with him. He just liked me and sent me boots.
wow.
And I had to find a way to sell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you did, obviously.
Yeah,
Must have worked.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
did, and we miss them.
Yeah.
Like that. Those boots are still cutting edge. Like
Yeah.
Their last boots that they were just coming out with before COVID, COVID kind of shut HMK down, unfortunately. But still, that's one thing that I wish we could bring back
Yep.
is HMK boots.
Well, he was the first with the BOA in the sled industry. So he was kind of led that market into the
I
the
had a pair of
snowmobile
those.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah. Warm, comfortable. They weren't waterproof back then, but now they were eventually. But yeah.
They got better.
I love my bows until they let you down.
Right?
I've
Yeah,
broken
because when
a
they do
couple.
break, you're screwed.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
You're riding and all of a sudden you're like, my left foot feels really swishy and swashy in this thing. You look down, wires all like that. You're like, oh, cool.
At least they warranty it, but
Yeah.
unless you carry an extra cable with you,
Yeah.
you're taping it up.
You're not. Yeah. The warranty doesn't help you when you're in the
Yep.
woods. So all right. So you secure some credit cards.
Yeah.
How'd you sell the first set of boots? Was it
Dave's basement.
We got
All right.
that was your warehouse?
Yeah. That was our shop.
So we worked at a mortgage company and started getting shipments at this mortgage company. But when RaveX started, it was September, so we were trying to just get set up with everybody. And
Probably like April.
the first brand we ever got was Troy Lee Designs. Our first big shipment, I guess, aside from the HMK stuff, was like our first. All right, if we're doing this, it's time to get some brands. What's cool? It's dirt bike season.
Yep.
We're opening. It's dirt bike season. What's the coolest brand? And Troy Lee Designs was also kind of involved in some of the cool snowmobilers. You'd see them with Troy Lee helmets. Matter of fact, Brandon Cormier, one of the guys that was at the Grass Drags doing freestyle for us, doing super flips. He got invited to X Games, and he's a Troy Lee factory rider and has been his whole life.
Yep.
So Troy Lee's a very cool company, but that was like our dirt bike brand that we picked up right off.
Yep.
And we got a shipment to our mortgage company and like boxes of Troy Lee Design stuff. So where are we going to put all this? And we don't have a store yet. We don't have any income. We don't have anything. We designed a logo in his office at the mortgage company.
So you were just amassing all this stuff in the basement, just with the forward-thinking plan of like we got to have
Eventually, we're going to sell
a place
all
to
this.
sell this.
Yeah.
We bought a cash register.
Bought a cash
That was
register
in the basement.
and bought a couch,
Yeah.
which we still have.
Oh,
We
so
won't
your
get rid of it.
your actual store was out of your basement.
Well, technically, we actually put the racks together. The rack, which we have over there, still from my basement. It's a great sale rack. Troy Lee Designs rack, put it together, started hanging stuff up, put everything in our computer system, whatever we were doing then. I
Regular
think we even had the
QuickBooks.
manual
Yeah.
receipts or whatever, and started to tell people, hey, I've got some stuff here. I need to start selling.
Just word of mouth stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like just
100%.
Yeah, because we put it on credit cards. So instead of Troy Lee saying, hey, you owe, because I think it was $5,000 you had to spend, And so we just got $20,000 in credit cards and just poof, went right through them.
Hindsight
And
2020. Credit cards are a bad call.
We wouldn't exist without
that,
them. I
kids?
don't
Yeah,
think.
well,
yeah,
I don't.
we might
I don't
not have.
think. But yeah, so we got to Troy Lee and started in my basement. We were there for probably like 3 or 4 months, and then found a spot in Gray, Gray, Maine.
It's probably the size of this area we're sitting in right now.
Yeah, like a strip
It's
mall type
small.
of place, or like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right across
exactly.
from McDonald's.
Yeah, like in a Subway, and yeah, it was probably a quarter. This isn't very big, and it was a quarter of this size. We packed it up. It was awesome in there. Like
Yeah.
when you go in, you're like, dude, Troy Lee designs all over the place. Climb, HMK, like
Fly.
the
Which this
coolest
is-
brands that nobody wanted. I'm not kidding. Like, oh, those are sick helmets, $500. Okay, I'll go over to Walmart and get myself the cheap helmets. And we quickly realized that Climb, $500 jackets, HMK stuff, Troy Lee designs helmets. Like, you can't build a successful business just selling that.
yeah.
Everybody's like, dude, RaveX is so expensive. So then we started getting some budget-friendly stuff too, and of course had our own brand. Just started out making RaveX T-shirts and stuff. Then.
Yeah.
Designing them in MS Paint.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on
Yeah.
paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like 2010.
No, this is
No,
05.
this is 05.
This is 05 still.
We're
Okay.
still in 05, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we got a
we're
long
still
ways.
in 05.
We're
Yeah,
gonna be
we
here
got
for
a
like 8
long
hours.
20 years. 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that you guys had a brick and mortar, really quick, like within months. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, 2005, the e-commerce world online
Didn't
was like,
exist.
well, I mean,
Hardly.
existed, but like at the very high level of e-commerce online,
Yeah.
like you had to have some serious capital to get into that game. Not like it is today. You can set one up in 5 minutes online, but
Yeah.
2005, good luck.
Wasn't a thing.
Which we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a website. We didn't sell. Did we sell on there? I
I don't remember. It was like Slothy was the guy that designed it. Somebody that we knew, but it was just an informative website. You couldn't. I don't think it was e-commerce.
Wasn't a store.
Yeah.
Right. It was just like you could go on and learn about RaveX.
Look at pictures and
We
just
had that right off, like in the mortgage company.
And MySpace.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is like
MySpace.
this is pre
This is
Facebook.
pre-Facebook.
Yeah.
MySpace
This is pre-YouTube.
was-
And then we actually kicked it off pretty quick, starting to do freestyle stuff.
Yeah.
To try to market
Yeah.
the shop. We started doing the freestyle shows like shortly after, a couple years after, to advertise for RaveX.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
So that
So
actually worked.
was that one of those? We just had a bunch of buddies that were into freestyle and
Mm-hmm.
hook them up with some gear and hey, this is
Well,
this is gaining some traction. Let's do more and more.
We
of
thought
this.
we were into freestyle. We didn't know yet. Like first ramp we hit was that spring before we
Ralph.
opened up. While Tim and Drew Hayes
OG,
built the ramp, and then
right.
they set it up like on a camp road to a snow pile, and we all had like trail sleds, and we were
Yeah.
just hitting the ramp on those. And I had a ramp built that summer, and we wanted to ride. And I actually broke my femur that December, the first year we opened. Not knowing what I was doing, so
Yeah, I come home from my honeymoon. We opened RaveX, and I got married like 2 months later, which I think my wife regrets all that. Had she known,
Getting
maybe
married?
She, no, yeah, I think she does
probably.
regret maybe being married. She's like, I didn't know you were going to stick with this dumb business.
Here we are.
She's been good. But yeah, we get back from our honeymoon, get off the plane. The first thing, hey, you got to go to Maine Med. Your brother-in-law broke his friggin' femur. He shattered his femur and kneecap, and
Oh, Jesus.
we go there, and yeah,
How old are you?
25.
trying to keep up with the pros. We had the pro, like actual pro
Like a-
snowmobiler in our buddy's backyard, trying to teach Ralph how to hit a ramp.
Yeah.
And so he's hitting it, no problem. He's a pro. And Ralph's like, hey, I'm going to give this a try. And
I should have known when I
Wham.
unloaded my sled and the suspension was busted. I should have just let it go. But I'm like, oh, I'm going to borrow your sled, Trav. And then Travis, the kid that worked for us part-time or full-time at that point, I had a 440 race sled. And I was like, I'll just use yours. And it was sketchy. Uphill and run, no turf, no tracks. Like you'd hit the ramp and that you got all your speed on the ramp. And
Yeah.
it was a 65-foot gap, which I'd never hit that big before. And I went long the first time, landed, fell off, and I was like, I'll tail landed. And I was like, oh, I just did not gas the ramp as much. Came in, didn't gas the ramp as much. Well, that's why I made the distance. So backside, done.
And the
Oh,
landing,
man.
it was cold.
That was
so the
frozen,
landing
rock
was
hard.
rock hard. So when he backsided it,
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah, my knee broke the secondary clutch off, or the half of it off.
Did it like whiplash you when you hit?
No,
like
I went
that?
like this and then rolled down the side.
Oh.
I think the back. I don't really remember. All I remember is my leg just flopping back and forth. I got to the bottom. I'm like, I think I broke my leg, and I guess I was laying there, and my leg was like this. And they're like, "No, don't look. You
No,
did
you
break your
definitely
leg."
broke it.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you keep freestyling after that? Like,
I mean, I never really. So I hit
Yes, he
ramps.
did.
I didn't freestyle.
Yeah.
I didn't do tricks. I just liked hitting the ramp, and
Yeah.
I was like the test guy. If we built a course, I'd go out and hit it first, just to let everybody know it was
Hey,
good.
you had style and you did it for free.
I did do it for free. Yeah.
That's
So
it.
that's freestyle.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's free.
Is that the true definition of freestyle?
Ralph hit ramps for quite a bit while we're even doing shows. The first like 2 years of doing shows, Ralph hit the ramps. You just didn't do tricks really, but
I had a
he'd be
bar
the
end
first.
clicker
Yeah,
and a foot over the back of the seat. Not quite a knack.
Yeah.
he'd be the first one you'd send out to hit it, like
To get the crowd warmed up.
65, 70-foot gap off a super kicker. You'd send Ralph out. You'd go out perfect every time, like perfect rainbow, land perfectly, and that's how you kind of knew. All right, it's ready to go. It's ready to hit.
Get all the
I mean,
butterflies
you
out for everybody.
rode at the Rangeley Snowdio a
Yeah.
couple times and like a bunch of shows before that. So I think he got to a point. Actually, I think I might have said, "Hey, bud, I think we're going to try to step up our game now that we're doing these a lot. Maybe we ought to keep the straight airs to a minimum.
Yeah.
I could really use you down here on the sound."
To which
Yeah.
I said no.
I want to keep jumping.
I think
Yeah.
his wife was more pumped about. I think she had more to do with that,
Yeah.
probably
Well,
to
it's when
help
I-
me.
When I whacked my head is when I stopped hitting ramps.
All right,
Saddleback that time.
got a concussion. Yeah,
That'll do it.
that was
bad.
scary.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was
So from the to back up, so from the little strip mall spot, like that was like this big. So what was next after that? Where did you guys? How long were you there, and where'd you go?
we were there a year, and then we moved down the street. Same property owner, so he let us move down to a bigger spot down the street on Route 100 or Portland Road it was. And then we opened up the main mall store that same year, I think. Or was it like the next
I
year?
think it was the next year.
I think we might have been there a year before we did it, yeah. But we were still part-time. So Travis Philpo, my buddy, was running it for us, and we were still doing mortgages. So we were funding the shop. Like, the shop was not making any money.
Right.
We were literally paying the bills out of our pockets.
But is this like
just
kind of
paying
still in like the hobby phase before it was like 2 feet in and yeah. So
Kind
you're
of.
kind of
This is 1 foot in, trying to figure
Yeah.
out, do we stick with mortgages or do we make a run at this? And that was just so fun, like talking about sleds all the time and getting deals on the gear we would be buying. And it was a cool vibe. Like, you'd start seeing the people come in, and it was like, holy crap, this is actually kind of cool. People are coming in. I remember one time I was at the first store and I was painting, and I'm like, where the heck is Ralph? I'm working, I'm trying to paint, and I'm just called him, and he was actually closing a loan or doing something with the mortgages, and I was so pissed because I was there trying to set up the store all by myself.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm trying to make some friggin' money to keep this business alive.
stop calling.
I
me.
remember it. I was painting, and I'm like, where the heck is he? I'm trying to do this, and yeah, so we still had to do mortgages, and for him to actually close a loan was pretty crazy. So
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I actually telling the story, I don't even believe it now.
I might have been lying. I don't remember.
So yeah, that was our first one.
Probably at the bar with my buddy.
Second one, we were there for a couple years.
Yeah. So how like in the main mall, like what kind of like rent or lease are we talking to be in the main mall? Like what? I have no idea what even that looks like.
What would you think if you had to guess? Store twice this size inside.
Twice
the
of
mall.
this size?
I'm
Yeah.
guessing expensive.
I want to say $1,000 a month.
Did you say 1,000?
Yeah.
You're just shitting just because you
am I way too low?
20,000.
$20,000 a month.
I was gonna say 5 to 10 grand.
I like
Wow.
this. I like to say just 20,000. It was 20,000 in November and December. They ramp it up, so they needed to get like $85,000 or $90,000 for the year, however you wanted to pay it. So if you wanted to do 2,000, 2,000, 10,000, 15,000, like
Yeah.
you could do
Oh,
it.
you can
However,
tier it like however.
you can tier it.
Yeah.
Obviously, November and December is when you're doing. We do
Christmas stuff,
like
yeah.
$100 grand a month.
Yeah.
So that was like the time when you can pay 20 grand a month. So it was like 5,000 all year, and then 20,000.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
can
it
you
was like
can you
60
imagine
grand.
paying a $20,000 rent?
No, that's why I said 1,000.
Like, can you even think about that?
Well,
Like,
we barely did.
we barely did. We pissed off every vendor we had,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was
that's-
just like, holy shit! Just even looking back, thinking of the sheer numbers, how did we even do that?
Yeah.
Oh, but at that point, we were all in. So
Yeah,
going
we
back
skipped
to
over
that,
a bit.
we skipped that part.
Okay.
And it was just one day. Mortgages were kind of getting slow. I guess we
Well, it
were
was during
trying
the
to do
financial
mortgages.
crisis. It was when the economy crashed in '08. That's when we went all in.
Financial crisis has been going on for 20 years, according to my bank account.
Still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like, all right, let's just do this.
Now or never.
Let's just do this. This is
Shit
meant.
or get off the pot.
We each had the job, so we each had probably 10 or 15 grand saved up or whatever a piece.
Right.
And
That's all you had?
yeah, that's all I had. I actually cashed out all my retirement
Yeah.
to keep
yeah,
it first.
You believed in it then. You were
Yeah.
yeah,
You
feet
had to.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ralph and I had a meeting with our wives one time at his mom's house. We came in after doing something at the shop. Both the wives are there. This is probably year 3 or 4, and they're like, "All right, what's up? What's going on? Neither one of you guys are making any money.
Yeah.
Like, are we doing this?"
Yeah.
And I just remember being so pissed because this is like, all right, now I'm 4 years in. I've dumped everything into this. I've cleaned out all my money. I'm here now.
Right. I'm
like,
committed. Like, there's no going back.
I mean, I guess looking back at it now, I guess it wouldn't have been that hard to just stop and go to a different job.
Yeah, right.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I may make $150,000 a year, which is freaking awesome, but they don't necessarily love what they do. They might have a boss telling them what to do all the time.
Right. Exactly.
And I mean, I don't have a boss. Ralph does because I get to tell him what to do.
Right.
But
Naturally.
I'm just an employee.
I'm pretty lenient on him. He comes in whenever he wants and
yeah, totally.
spends half the day in the bathroom. But no, so they were just
third.
kind of like,
Half
"What's up?" And I just felt good about it.
Yeah.
And I just remember I was even getting a little irritated with Ralph's wife, who go way back here. Ralph and I have been best friends since 7th grade. So,
Okay, yeah.
we're way back.
Yeah.
This is like I married his sister. He's my brother-in-law. Like, his parents are my parents. Like,
Right.
we've grown up together.
Yeah.
So, his wife, he met her through me because we had college classes together. I went out on a couple dates with her, and I'm still hung up on my ex-girlfriend. So, Ralph's like, she's smoking, dude. He swooped right in, stole her number off my caller ID, called her. Next thing I know, they're dating. And so we're all
Pro
a
level.
family. That's the
Chestnut
thing
chick.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what, this is family. When you shop at RaveX, you're shopping.
right.
You're putting my kid through lacrosse. You're buying Riley golf clubs or whatever,
Right.
but Ralph's son. Like, this is
Right.
the thing. This is why when you, Revzilla, Lamborghinis. I mean, that guy, the guy that owns that, Jeff Bezos, when you're buying on Amazon. When you're
Right.
buying from us, you're buying from me and Ralph, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife, my kids, my nephew. Like, that's all this.
Right.
So
And
that-
you're not paying more because we match online pricing.
and we do match online pricing. We do, and that's I know internet's convenient,
Sure.
but it's
Yeah,
just
but you don't
like
get to touch it. You don't get to
2
come in and
seconds.
talk to you guys, see the stuff, and obviously you're, just before you guys closed up, you had someone come in that was curious about a monosuit, and you spent 15 minutes talking to him about it, and like, hey, yeah, let's look at this one and this, and you ended up ordering them one or whatever, but you're not going to get that online. You're not going
No.
to get that going
The
on eBay
knowledge.
or Amazon or anywhere else. And again, like you said, you're supporting you guys, which, you guys ultimately support snowmobiling, which is, that's the best.
Yeah, support the sport, the local,
Yeah.
schools and fundraisers and donations and
Yeah, you're a
stuff
big
like
part of the
that.
community. Sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
don't-
try to create an experience too when you come in here, so it's not just like a regular motorsports store. I mean, I guess a lot of those have changed now, but back in the day, it was just kind of plain Jane. We tried to create a vibe, I guess.
Yeah. So coming from the main mall, what was the big change to come to this location? Because it went from the main mall to here, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
we got kicked out
Okay.
because we were a temporary lease, so we were doing month to month, which gave us a cheaper rent than if you were permanent lease.
But no guarantees.
No guarantees. So every day we'd have people walking through with measuring tapes and just looking around. Yeah. They'd be measuring and talking, be like business people.
So the whole time they're trying to get a tenant to come
they're
in.
trying to
full
get a
tent.
tenant.
Yeah.
And so I'd call Ralph, or he'd call me. Yeah, another person walking through, measuring the space, and I mean, that's the thing. Even though it's expensive, that's what we knew at the time.
Yep.
So it's scary when you're sitting here, you're thinking you've got some job security, and people are coming in to look at your spot. You could get kicked out, and sure enough.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling to have.
No. We got kicked out 12 days.
I think they gave us 30 days, didn't they?
So how long were you there before
I
you
keep
get kicked
thinking
out?
12 for some reason. I literally, when we got that notice, when we
Yeah.
got a piece of paper handed to us by mall security, this is how you find out you're getting booted.
You got served.
I got served by mall
Mall
security.
Paul
You have,
Clark came in-
you have to be out, and I thought it was 12 days. That number's with me. It might have been 30, but maybe it was 30, but I'm thinking 12 because I think when we got that letter, we instantly started driving. I'd already seen this place. I'm like, wait, that would actually be cool. I came right over. We called them, and it must have been within 12 days, we're open and ready to go right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
It worked out perfect. It's actually
It was like a
such a yes.
blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
kind of
your
thing.
hand was
was.
forced.
Yeah.
Yes, it
To
was
move.
the best thing.
We
Because
lost
now
it.
it seems like you guys have the parking lot space to do like you're having your event tomorrow, right? So like
Yeah.
you're not obviously not able to do that in the main mall, right?
No.
So here you have that ability to like have these events for the community to come out and like be more part of the store than just coming in to buy a monosuit. They can come and have an event, and you guys said you're doing all kinds of food and and events and stuff. That's awesome.
So, and I imagine too, in the main mall, obviously didn't see it. You just only had inside store frontage. You didn't have an outside presence and whatever, which I'd think a lot of the clientele that are going to shop at a place like this, they just want to pull up and come in and get whatever. They don't have to go through the mall experience to go check out a monosuit or like whatever it is that they need.
And we didn't realize that. We were kind of like dazzled by like the number of people that they deliver to you, that your advertising
traffic.
being in there.
Right.
But we kind of lost I feel like we lost our identity a little bit. We only sold casual, well, not only, primarily casual wear. The outerwear and the helmets we sold a decent amount of still, but that stuff kind of was a lot smaller part of our business. And we're trying to compete with PacSun or Zoomies. Remember when Zoomies moved in while we were in there, and that killed our casual wear because I can't compete with their inventory and access to inventory and stuff like that. So
Oh, so you were carrying other casual brands besides your
lots.
RaveX?
We did
Yeah.
a lot with Fox Racing.
Okay, so hoodies,
Fox
t-shirts.
was the thing, and we were like
was
one of
hot.
the only people that carried that locally and in the mall. We did SRH, Support Radical Habits, was another big brand. Like we were trying to carry the casual that you might see like on Metal Militia videos.
Yep,
And
gotcha.
Slednex, casual, and SRH Unit is another really cool like extreme sports casual brand. And Zoomies opened up in the mall.
And you're like,
guess
"God
what they
damn it."
carry? Everything that we carry.
Yep.
And they're a chain, and they might even have more options.
They have more brand
and-
recognition, so they
Exactly.
kids can come in and go,
You're just
oh,
getting
Zoomies.
the random foot traffic's going there before
Right.
you,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
yeah,
Right, and you say you have, kind of guaranteed foot traffic, but is it the right traffic?
no, it
Right, like
wasn't.
the mall is going to have
Right.
more people, but are they your customers? Probably not.
Does that
you
equal
know, like,
sales? Nah.
compared to
Not
like
always.
to your
Yeah.
point, someone driving specifically here to this location is come to your store, not just driving, walking
Walking
by
through.
and being like, oh, I don't care to go in there.
Yeah.
So how long were you there before the Paul Blart served you with your papers?
Or
How long were you in the mall for?
Or Spirit
20
Halloween came in.
2012, right?
4 years?
2012, so 09 to 12, I
4 or
think.
5 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
We escaped getting kicked out for that long. So the longer we were there, the more it
More
felt
se-
like home.
Yeah, the more like false sense
Yeah.
of security you had because
Exactly.
you were there, and
It started with a cart. in the
Yeah,
mall.
we had one of those little kiosk things. That was still like $3,500 or $4,000 a month.
Jesus, I was way off on my estimate.
You were way off, bud. Jeez, what do you think we pay for rent here? $250?
They pay us to come.
I
to
hope
be
it's
here.
not 20 at least.
No, it is not 20.
Yeah.
And we're way more successful here. This kind of jump, I don't know, we shouldn't jump forward, but now we have service. They built us a garage out back
Oh, cool.
for service. So that's something you'd never do at the mall. And I sell freaking so many spark plugs here. I never thought 20 years ago, hey, let's start a business where we sell foam filter oil and spark plugs all day.
Yep.
I would
Well, you
never have,
service in Polaris. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
have like
I
those
guess
great
I-
spark plugs back there.
I never would have done it.
We
I
buy a
don't
lot of
think.
plugs.
But we do that,
Yep.
and it's awesome.
It's a good
and
shirt.
You sell a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we also do sell the cool stuff too
Of
to
course.
keep it cool. But the literally selling spark plug after spark plug and service is
Yep.
so huge.
That's good.
That's way better than selling T-shirts.
Yeah.
Service is where it's at for
Yeah.
sure.
So like around here, like what's your competition in the service realm? As far as like like dealers,
Yeah,
is
dealers.
there a
Say
lot in the
dealer,
area? Because
right?
obviously we're not
Yeah.
familiar with the
There's-
area. So
there's
like,
a dealer in Buxton. There's one in Lewiston, Auburn, but there's nothing in the greater Portland area other than us.
And they
Well,
won't.
Westbrook, Westport Motorsports in Westbrook. They're Polaris Skidoo dealer.
yeah, but
But
you
we'll
guys will
work on
service
anything.
anything, right?
I'll service.
As long as the money.
Unfortunately,
Careful
we
what you
service
say.
literally
Ralph's our
anything.
new head scooters and intruders mechanic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We do.
have-
We'll literally. There's so many people that buy like electric scooters for their kids,
Yeah.
like or electric bikes, like
Yep.
the Tudio things.
oh yeah.
Electric and
That's
just
the
stuff.
hottest thing right
Razor
now.
scooters from Walmart and stuff. Like, and if they pop a tire, nobody knows
Yeah.
what to do with it. So they call us and we'll change your tires on that stuff. And so we actually do save a lot of people like headache because we'll work on literally, if you got your wallet, well, pretty much we fixed a snowblower for a customer that we have. He's an older gentleman and we serviced his Goldwing a bunch this summer. And he's like, do you fellas work on snow blowers? And I'm like,
Sure can.
yeah, bring it down,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Don't tell the boys I sent you.
That's why I can't be out back. I need to be up here to kind of mitigate some of that. The
Turn away
electric
the lawnmower
scooter
repairs and
that's snapped in half. That he's like, yeah, we can fix that. I'm like, I don't even know where to get parts for this thing. Like, you can't just look them up, and then you buy five of the wrong parts trying to find the right one.
Yeah, but there you can pretty much name what you will charge on
Yeah.
that stuff because nobody fixes it. And even reputable dealers around, like Westport and the other guys, they don't want to touch anything really that they don't sell. And if they didn't sell it, then it can't be older than 10 years.
Right.
Yep.
And it's got to kind of be in their brands that they sell.
Yeah.
We will literally work on anything. If we think we can fix it and get parts for you, especially if it's just a carb clean on a 69 Honda. Like,
Sure.
dude, a carb clean, keep your expectations low. Like, don't come in here expecting a complete ground up refurb.
Says
Yeah.
the guy who's never cleaned a carburetor.
Exactly.
on a 69 Honda.
I helped you. I held the flashlight once
your
while you
side of it.
cleaned
Yeah.
my carburetor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you hiring mechanics back there, or is it just?
Yeah, we actually, I'm going to get a drink. Ralph can tell you about our mechanics.
We're not supposed to just walk off, bud. Huh? So we have two really good guys. Like that's one of we didn't start service for a long time because we were nervous about like having it like not doing it correctly, having good techs, and we got hooked up with Kevin Glatz. He's one of our techs, and through a mutual friend. And he said, hey, this guy used to be in the business. He's been out for a few years, but he's looking to get back in. So he came down. We met him. He literally rebuilt a motor. Actually, not here. Sorry. This used to be a stock room, and I would change tires on a manual tire machine back here when we first started. But he rebuilt a Raptor 660 in the front room on like a folding table, like when we first started service because we didn't have a shop yet. And then we built the building that next spring. And then Jamie Stokes, our other tech, he was at another shop that was going out, and he's like, "Hey, you guys need any equipment?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're looking for equipment." He goes, "How about a tech?" I'm like, "Dude, I asked you 5 years ago when we thought about doing service, and we didn't have anything for him to. We'd never done it before, so he's like, I got to go to this other shop that's been doing it forever, and
Right.
just more secure for him, which I totally get." But I was like, "Yeah, let's sit down and talk." So he came down, and we made it happen, built the building, and service has been growing ever since. We just need more space.
Yeah.
So you guys built a building on the back of this building.
It's not attached to this, but it's in the back edge of the parking lot. Yeah. Well, we physically built it. Our landlord bought the materials, but Dave and I were out there in August. It was like the hottest August ever, putting up a steel building, which we'd never done before.
Yeah.
It came out straight and hasn't fallen down yet, so I'll take it.
It's good.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
All of our buddies. That's one huge thing, just to step back from the very beginning. Like our friends, like that were into this stuff, have been such a huge support and help, like trade shows, helping out for free.
Yeah.
Freestyle shows help, like just the support of like the friends has made, we wouldn't be here without them. So that's huge. I'm sure same for you guys.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say same thing for Ryan and I. It takes a village. Like, it's our friends and family that have helped. We put in enough work, but, trade shows and things like that, two people can't do it.
No.
It's just too much work.
No.
Right,
So,
and he's not making enough money to be like, oh, we can just pay everybody. Come on, everyone, come help. We can pay everybody. It's like that doesn't work
especially
that way. It's like
since
you gotta,
it's seasonal too. Like it's
Yeah.
there's lulls and there's highs, and
yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome that you guys got the service part of it. I mean, you could even say, hey, yeah, we'll service your sled. Go and browse the shop for a little while.
Yeah.
You know,
You're gonna lose employees, bud, though, if you don't start giving them heat in that tent.
I know.
Your son, especially.
I couldn't
Poor
get.
kid.
He kept saying, "Can I go back to the RaveX tent? It's warm in there." And I
Anytime,
was like,
poor kid.
yeah.
Jeez, him.
No, we've got something in line for next year for some heat.
Surprised Dave
between-
didn't try to sell him a jacket.
Who says he didn't?
True.
Kid just didn't buy. I don't know. He's savvy.
between the heat and your RaveX tent and your son's electric bike, that's all I heard the whole time was, "I'm cold and I want an electric bike." That's like all I heard.
You guys
Yeah.
are bad.
That's all I hear
influence.
every day is those electric bikes.
Yep.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
They're
They're
new.
wicked cool.
Yeah.
So when did I guess I'm curious. I want to hear more about like the freestyle things. When did that become like, I don't want to say part of the business, but obviously that's a big marketable thing for you guys with the trade shows and the snowdeos and grass drags, and like you guys, you're the name at grass drags for that sort of stuff. So like how did that evolve into all of a sudden part of the business model?
Well, we hit the ramp at my buddy's house when I broke my femur, and then we had helped out a couple other guys. Jimmy Flood, kid from New Hampshire, that was kind of new. Our buddy Jay Hilton introduced us to him. Still friends with him too, but he rode in the Brat Pack at the time, I think, and did the FSX tour, is what it was called back then. I'm trying to sound like an idiot because I should know this, but he
rode with
We all-
Justin Hoyer,
yeah,
Courtney Hungerford,
like all the
Jimmy
OGs.
Blaze,
Jimmy
Keith
Blaze.
Frisbee,
Yeah.
and then Jimmy Flood. He was in Sudnex 8 for doing the Red Bull Fuel and Fury.
Uh-huh.
And he lives right in New Hampshire. He's like a bigwig over at Factory Connection.
Oh, okay.
Wicked good kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore,
Yeah.
but
He's got 2 kids of his
he
own.
was 15 when he first started hanging out with us. But it actually, but even before that, Ralph, our buddy Bishop,
No,
actually, before Bishop even, it was Ralph, Ben Kopp, Brandon Bell, Seth Bell.
Yeah.
We had a comp ramp. We brought into a pit. Our buddy had a pit that he said, you guys you're more than happy to build up a landing and bring your ramp to this pit and just hit it. We'd have just ramp days.
Well, he had equipment too, so he dug like
Yeah.
a water pit for us, and like it filled up with water. It was nasty, but it filled up with water, and we went
Works.
there and practiced. And
Yeah.
that was just like me and my buddies just went and rode for fun.
Nick Moreau, I should name
Yeah,
drop
Nick.
him. Nick
Yeah.
Moreau.
He rode for a while too.
Yeah, he did all that.
was like
Travis
me.
Philpo
Yeah.
and then one day we were just all out there ramping. This other guy shows up and it's like Purple Ranger with a.
It was green. We always
I-
say purple for the story. It was green.
he had HMK boots on
And cargo
shorts, shorts and HMKs, and he was just gets out of his truck and starts sauntering up to us, and never seen this kid in our entire life, and he's just like, hey, you mind if I hit that? He's got a Yamaha Phaser, the new
Jesus.
generation that just came out.
Yeah.
4-stroke.
What year was that?
I don't remember.
But that was what, 08, 06, 7, something like that?
7 was the first one of the new
When they
like
brought that back.
transformer-y
Yes.
looking
Yeah.
phaser, not the shocks out of the hood one.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just bought that,
Yeah.
and it was in the back of his truck. And he's like, "You mind if I hit the ramp?" And we're like, "Screw it, bud.
I wanna
It's
see
not
this.
our
Yeah,
problem.
we're like,
Let's do it."
Go for it.
Yeah.
And he started doing it, and we haven't been able to shake him ever since.
No way.
Alex Bishop, yeah, and he rode in
Wow.
100 RaveX shows. But yeah, Ben
He
Kopp,
backflipped.
he backflipped at the Saddleback.
No,
yeah.
Lost Valley.
No,
Lost
on the
Valley.
phaser.
Thank you, Lost Valley.
No,
he was on
phaser.
a
Oh,
Race
no.
sled.
No.
So
Jimmy Blaze backflipped a phaser
Wow.
in Epping.
A new phase, like a
The 4-stroke phaser.
come on.
Jeff Mullen.
Jeff Mullen backflipped the Nitro. Not a phaser.
Jesus.
Oh,
That first year when they were skipping
Lanyard.
from, when SCS was there, they were skipping from the mainland to the island, turning around and coming back for cooling. He flipped a phaser that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
so
Props.
we
Yeah, right.
One of our buddies, Ben Kopp, he owns Kopp Motors in Cumberland. Again, another one of those kids that was like pedaling his bike to RaveX, like did not have his license. He was probably a junior in high school or younger when we first opened. And this kid's showing us videos of him boondocking on the pole lines in Cumberland, and we're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, still probably one of the greatest straight up freestyle guys we've ever seen.
Right,
Like,
set
just-
up, yeah.
And so Ben and our buddy Brandon and Seth Bell, like those brothers, like helped create the freestyle tour and everything. And Bishop, they started moving the ramp back.
Jeremy
Hey,
Berry.
Jeremy Berry
Berry.
broke his nose that time.
He did break his nose. Well, we got to back up a little bit for you to all that, just real quick. The first show we did was the Matrix Concrete guys. They came to us in Epping. They're like, hey, we heard you guys hit ramps. We're having a company party. You want to come ride for us? And they were like, we'll pay you. And we're like, what? We're going to get paid?
Oh, so that was the catalyst. That was like the
Yeah, we're like, whoa.
okay.
I mean, we weren't making money, but we got paid.
Yeah.
And we show up, we brought our ramp, and it had like a loam pile, like barely taller than the ramp. And Ben's like, all right, because Ben was like the guy. He's the best guy out of all of us. And he like landed on top of the loam pile to like make a safety deck.
Yeah.
And then we rode a loam pile, and they had a trash pump in their pool, spraying us down with chlorine water to keep our sleds cool. That was the first show we did where we actually got paid.
Rallied. They had this big party every year. They had a couple hundred people go to this beautiful house, and it was that was.
So it started off with just you guys just messing around in a ramp in that pit,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, we can actually put a show together.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
we're like, holy, we just got paid. It was probably only a few bucks, $500
I think it was
probably
like 500
for the
for
whole
all
thing.
of us. It was like 10 of us.
Yeah, and each person probably got. Actually, I don't even.
Did we
know.
tell them we got paid?
Yeah, we might. It wasn't much.
No.
And the riders probably didn't even make any money. It was
Right.
probably RaveX just got the $500 to just help with whatever. Oh, we bought everybody jerseys, and actually, I don't even think we bought them jerseys. Everybody paid for their own like basketball style jersey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With like Bell and Kopp and Gallagher, and I had my own that just said DC.
Well,
on
he
it.
rode.
I was doing
He
the
hit ramps.
but then that was my MC. That was like the start of like me being on the mic, and I was horrible at it.
But you still are.
But I haven't improved much. But now I'm just a little bit louder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just say the same thing over and over again. But I emceed. We brought a couple speakers, and I emceed in this guy's backyard, and it was pretty cool.
And then
Yeah.
just it kept growing from
Yeah,
there.
it grew from there. Like the sled. So
Casco.
SCS didn't, or one year there wasn't going to be a freestyle show. So the Grass Strikes called us, and they were like, hey, you guys hit ramps. Can you put something together? And we're like, this was like 3 weeks before the show, I think. We had Sam Rogers and Nate Hagg come out, and that's the year Jimmy jumped the phaser, because Jimmy Blaze is like, he could come too. I think Yamaha had him come.
So you guys had your booth obviously at the show.
Yeah.
And
We
then they
were
just reached
sled
out and said,
necks.
hey, could you put together a freestyle show?
Yeah. I mean, our booth, our first booth, the first year we ever did it was 2005, and I had a 10 by 10 easy up with a 4-way rack of clothing on it, and I sat in a trailer because it rained all weekend, and we watched sled videos on a 13-inch TV. Like literally me, Yorkie, Meg, and Travis Philpo. I think that was it.
And I was at the
main snow show with your mom.
Main snowmobile show with my mom.
Yeah.
Me and her. She helped me set up.
Yeah.
Because the main snow show and the grass drags were on the same weekend, like
Right.
the first 3 years we were open.
Oh, okay.
So Ralph
So-
would go to the grass drags, and I'd go to the main snow show.
Yeah, to kind of divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it,
But
and it
yeah,
worked.
so back to the freestyle. So they asked, we had Nate Hagg, Sam Rogers, I think Jimmy Blaze rode. And then the next year they were ahead of this, I think because something happened with SCS Racing. You could throw them out there because they were the OGs. Like Courtney Hungerford built the ramp with Steve Miller, they started freestyle snowmobiling essentially. But they, Slednex or the NHSA got a hold of the Slednex or vice versa. And they did the Monster Invasion Tour the next year. And we helped run the Slednex booth for them. We had ours as well. And they did that huge show with like a band, and our buddy's band played in it, and it was sick. They had like the Ripsaw out there, and it was cool. It was the Monster Energy Slednex Invasion Tour or something like that.
Because we grew up watching the Slednex. So when we
Yeah.
heard the first time we had ever been to the grass drags, we heard Slednex were going to be there.
This
Heath
is pre-RaveX.
This is pre-RaveX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going backwards now.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is
gonna take
like
forever.
Justin Hoyer, Chris
Courtney Hungerford.
Barant, Courtney Hungerford.
Because he got out of the car and I was fangirling him.
I know, right? They pulled up
In
in
a
this
rental
like
car.
little
I'm like, "That's
rental
Courtney
car.
Hungerford."
We're like, oh
Ran
my
down.
God.
Yeah.
And probably nobody else
Even
Yeah.
knew.
cared.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
you cared.
we were
Yeah.
freestyle guys in like Slednex videos, so we were like,
Yeah,
oh
you're
my
looking
God,
up
I
to them
can't
like they're
believe those guys
actually
are
here.
here.
Yeah.
They're real.
Yeah, so when I had Justin Hoyer back many years later, I was just like so proud that he came here.
Yeah, I was
Ride for
geeking. I was
RaveX,
geeking
and-
over it when.
And
Yeah.
Courtney Hungerford rode for RaveX. He was just on the Carbide podcast, and he talked about RaveX on
it's-
his
You're like,
podcast. Like the
Yeah.
OG freestyle guy talks about Ralph and I by name, like, and how great we are.
Oh,
It's
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah. He and his brother built the first
Yeah.
ramp, literally.
Yeah, they are like absolutely the OGs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when you started doing the Grass Drags freestyle show, like you've had other shows, right? Like how many shows do you do a year? Like I know you do, like you guys did Snowdio for a while, right, in the winter. So like how many shows do you typically do a year? Like
There was a time when we rode like every weekend. We followed the East Coast Snowcross series around, like just us and our buddies, and we rode 12, probably 10 or 12 of those, plus Snowdio, plus the Colebrook Snowdio. There was years where we probably I didn't even ride sleds in the woods at all. All I did was all we did was go on the weekend, set up at a snowcross race or go to a freestyle show and ride, and that was it.
Yeah.
For quite a few years.
Was that, I don't want to say lucrative, but did it make business sense, or it was more for
it was
brand
advertising,
Yeah,
right, promotion
yeah,
for
promotion
your
for
store.
you guys.
We were getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which was not, I think each rider got a couple $100,
Yeah.
and it made it so that we could have a hotel, hang out with your buddies all weekend,
Yeah.
ride. You'd have
Yeah,
food,
cover fuel.
fuel, food, check out new locations, and that's kind of why we did it, and to get the name RaveX out.
Yeah.
And now so many people that come into the store are like, you actually have a store? I thought you guys just
Jump
rode
stuff.
free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
but,
It came the other way.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good days.
Yeah.
Met a lot of the people I'm good friends with now. I met through that. Like, coming into the shop, we all rode freestyle. Like,
Yeah.
some of my best friends I met through that. That's what's cool about this business is, obviously, I'm into power sports, so they are too. And it's just like cool people. You meet good people, and
Right.
I'm sure you guys have the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
with your
Yeah.
brand, and
Yeah.
met a lot of cool people through
Yeah,
it.
some of our best friends are met through or have been through snowmobiling. That's how you get to. That's how we know them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so like obviously doing a lot of freestyle shows. Like what's kind of like I know the location for Grass Drags was kind of moved this year, right? Like did that work out better, worse? I mean, you had an awesome T-shirt cannon guy that showed up.
Yeah.
That was just sending them.
The wind,
So
the wind was,
you
was
know,
the wind. It
So
was the wind.
besides
No,
that
it wasn't
guy,
the wind.
did the location work out, or like how would you guys do it differently? Like, you think you could?
Is landing on a bag better than the old
Yeah,
pile?
it's
Like
safer
what's
for all the guys
Yeah.
for sure. You can't ride as long. That side of it's changed a lot since we rode. I mean, we had to drag our guys off sleds. When we had the water pit and it was all muddy, but then you got
Oh, yeah, I
clutches
remember
getting
the water
wet,
pit, yeah.
and like that spot was more central, I think, for viewing. But I see why the Grass Drags did what they did, because they're trying to open up more vendor space, grow the event, make it bigger, and the other spot was open, and it's a flat, good spot. I still think it's good viewing from down there. It's easier for us to get in and out with stuff if we need to, like during the event, because before we'd have to get anything out if we had to go work on a sled, or we'd have to wait for the event to shut down that night before we could move anything out.
Oh, right, because you were like in the middle.
Yeah, now you're on the back of pit row. You can just go right out
Yeah,
there,
right out
right?
and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say it
So,
worked out better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better, you
It's
think?
good. Yeah. It's good. It's a little bit further walk, but whatever.
For people
Yeah.
like spectators and stuff, but they usually, they know where it is because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Right, especially when you start getting on the mic, it's like everyone just like you can see it. It's like, it's like it's like ants like all coming down as soon as you start talking. You just see
Yeah.
like everyone filter down there,
Yeah.
and it kind of like to your point, like as far as growing the show and having the vendors, the newer vendors, like kind of where B&M is down there.
Yeah.
You guys are a huge attraction to that, like kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of a dark corner on the end of that row.
Right.
So when you guys start, it's like the whole crowd just goes this way, and then when you're done, they all filter back
That was-
through. So it's like,
It was physically too congested before when you guys were closer to us. Like there was just not even enough room for people to stand around and watch it. Like it was so packed in there. And
Yeah.
now there's some breathing room, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure. It's opened up a little bit more for that, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm trying to get Fly Racing to bring down like their corporate semi next
Oh
year
hell yeah.
and park it right there on the end, so it's kind of involved with our show more.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I guess to answer your question before, if I had to change something, just be we need more snowmobilers to come out.
Well, I was just gonna say, it seemed. I
Yeah.
know you had a year where you guys didn't have any sleds
Any
jump,
sleds.
right? And there was some trash talked about that or whatever. But it's like,
it's a snowmobile show. Why the dirt bikes? And
what
you
do you
know.
think you guys did that on purpose? Like you didn't want sleds to show up? It's like I'm assuming there's just not as many people doing it.
Yeah.
These
There's
days, is
less
that-
than 10 people in North America that ride freestyle sleds. X Games coming back this year,
That's gonna
I think
help.
could help because
Right.
I know there's a couple people that are coming out. I don't want to say out of retirement, but that haven't ridden freestyle sleds in a while that are coming back in, and I think it'll help also grow the sport. Maybe get some younger people into it.
So talk about that. Did that guy really come drive from Alaska this year?
Yeah,
like up
above
the side,
Alaska,
above, yeah.
Yukon territory.
Did he? Was it like
80 hours or something. 50's the other guy,
Oh, okay.
Manitoba, a little bit closer.
Oh, 50's close. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
how
he,
skipping a
and
jump.
he brought his landing out. He used our ramp and our turf, but he brought his landing, so he drove all that way with his landing, trailer, and his snowmobile.
Jeez, the guy from Alaska, I would just shit my sled and flew.
Right?
We're never that prepared.
That's all.
They had just both rode heydays, and they went home, and then back over here.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, God.
So it's
That's a road trip bender.
I mean, that's a
man.
passion to say I want to go. I want to go ride.
it's a passion because there is 5 or 6 other guys way closer than that
Yeah.
that could have come
Mm-hmm.
and just don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't
Like
wanna
there's
make
guys
the
that are just like,
drive.
New Hampshire, you kidding me? No thanks.
Yeah.
Like
Because that's too far for them, and
Yeah.
they're even closer. And these guys are, I mean, they came out last year and rode a couple, like 2 or 3 shows in a row with us, hung out. So you built that relationship, and like Brandon pretty much probably only did it because he likes us. Like that's a long ass drive.
So are there a lot of riders that you're like cold calling and like seeing if they'll come out? Or
every
is-
year I message the same guys.
Yeah, so you have like
And
a
every
core.
year they tell me to go suck it. For lack of a better term, it's too far, or I need $1 million.
How does that work? Like,
or
yeah, like are they asking for money? Are they asking for room and board?
No,
like
but
what?
even we've
they're
hit their
asking for
number.
both.
We've hit their
Yeah.
number before, and they're still just like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it's maybe it's a combination of both probably. But I haven't said no because I want sleds there. Like we're
course.
doing whatever
One-
we can to get as many sleds as we can.
Right.
But I don't want to have 4 snowmobilers because there's fewer of them. They get paid way more. So you have 4 sledders or 5 sledders and no dirt bikes, and they don't run as long because none of them, with the airbag landings, they're not running the water pits anymore. Radiators do help, but they still get hotter.
Yep.
So it's the bikes are, I guess you could speak better to that because you organize the shows, but I think it would cut the numbers down, and then sleds inherently break more than dirt bikes do doing
Yeah.
freestyle. So
They're higher maintenance.
Yeah.
Daniel and Brandon are actually pretty dialed and pretty low maintenance all in all.
yeah, Daniel's new brand out. He shows up as ready to
Yeah,
go.
Daniel's pretty spot
Yeah,
on.
he's a mechanic.
Yeah.
Helps.
His
So-
stuff's good.
Yeah, they're really good. Willie Elam has just gotten invited back to the X Games. He's a great rider, rides dirt bikes
Yeah.
and snowmobiles. He's been out and he still rides. He was just busy because he literally every weekend, he's a Fly sponsored rider. He travels around with Twitch and Keith Sayers,
yeah.
Vicky Golden, like Monster Energy, Fly, all
So
that
he's got
stuff.
a full schedule.
He's got a full schedule, so he's like, "Sorry, bud, I got to ride my dirt bike that weekend."
If you can
Like,
make the same money going
yeah,
Yep.
10 hours instead
Right,
of
well,
going
yeah, it's a-
80, and he prefers to ride his bike over a sled in the summertime, especially, obviously.
So does
makes sense.
like NHSA or whatever, do you just get, you guys have X to spend to do whatever you want with? So like the year you get a Ronnie Mac, you got to, I'm assuming you got to pony up a little more for someone like him, and then that means a little bit less for others. And like, so basically you guys have to just do the math and spend it the best way you can to get the best talent you can. Is that pretty much how it shakes out?
spot on.
Yeah,
Okay,
the most
gotcha.
efficient way to
he's-
make it happen.
Yeah,
And it's tough, and that's what people don't realize.
right.
The year that we had only dirt bikes
Uh-huh.
was because it was COVID.
Yeah.
The year right after COVID, Canada was shut down.
Oh, right.
And also a bunch of snowmobilers were taking some time off. Like this was a weird time for our
Sure.
entire country.
Yeah.
So the world, really. I mean, we wanted to get some guys from Sweden. They couldn't come in because you just couldn't say, hey, anybody can come to the U.S. right now. Like,
Right.
there's protocols.
Right. They physically might not be able to get here.
Dirt bikers, I mean, Kenny lives 5 minutes. I slept at Kenny's house this year. Like,
Yep.
he lives 15 minutes from there.
Yep.
Brody, super talented, one of the greatest dirt bikers. He's
Yep.
literally freaking probably half hour. Seth Beaton, half hour. So I have these incredible talented guys under an hour from us.
Yep.
And they're just, I can have 10 X Games dirt bikers in this parking lot tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, done. And for half the price.
Probably not tomorrow.
Well,
It's cutting it
It's
close.
getting late.
I could have
Kenny'd be here.
I could have
Kenny
Kenny
would show
at
up.
least
yeah,
5.
I could probably have 3.
I could put together
no
a
problem.
crew.
Tomorrow I could have
Yeah.
a show in that parking lot.
we're gonna do freestyle in the parking lot.
Exactly.
Come on
just,
down.
It's just easier. and it was COVID just killed the snowmobile thing, but it's coming back. Chris Koosmans helped keep that alive. He was a guy that did not this past year, but 2 years, I thought, before that, because the first year I invited him, he had a Thanksgiving that he had to go to, and he couldn't make it. It was like it was a holiday or something. He's in Canada. So the next 2 years he came, and I think he's kind of taking a little bit of a break now. He's newly married, got a successful job, so he didn't come out this year. But he kind of like kept it going.
Yep.
He's been riding heydays, and thankfully he could come out. And
he wrote a bunch of shows for us.
He and Daniel wrote a bunch of shows together. So Daniel and Chris have kind of like keep this alive for RaveX. If it wasn't for Chris and Daniel, we would have probably taken 2 or 3 years off from snowmobiles. At the grass drags.
Well, all my local guys got old and quit.
Well,
just retired. They're like,
unfortunately,
it's too much, and they're just kind of moving on.
I
got to give it to you though, Dave, because whenever you're on the mic, when you're emceeing these shows, there's a couple times where I'm like, I would not want to do that right now. No. There's some shows where I'm like, you come on with this enthusiasm and this hype every time, and I'm like, how do you find that hey, let's go, like that pumped up juice? Because some days I'm like, man, I don't envy that at all. Let's
like
go out here and like
Sunday.
You have to act
every Sunday. You're like, I'm over this.
You have to like just act like
go
so
home.
pumped when you're just like, like
seriously. Big
what's
props
that like?
to you.
Hang on, we got to raise the ceiling here.
It's literally literally talking to Chet Jordan anytime.
Yeah,
that's how he always is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm super stressed. Like I hate him. To be dead honest with you, like I'm old enough now where I'm like stressed before every show. I always have been, but it's just stress because I especially at the grass drags, you look out, you've got 20,000 people staring at your team, the thing that you've like
built.
This was an empty field. Now because of Ralph and I, there's 20,000 people watching my buddies hit ramps.
Right.
And I'm just like, please just be successful. Oh, the wind. I'm just like a nervous wreck with the wind.
I wonder where he gets it from.
So it's just like, because if it's too windy or it's rainy and it's windy and rainy every year at the grass drags at some point or
at
another.
least once. It's going to be windy and rainy. Guaranteed.
There's always a breeze.
Yep.
It's just a matter of if the guys can deal with it, and they're all successful. But it's that first, like, when Daniel goes out or whoever hits the ramp first, butters that first hit.
Yeah.
And then Brody goes upside down. I'm in. Let's do this. Now it's time to turn the page. I'm not stressed anymore. The guys are hitting it. Everybody's safe.
Yep.
The wind is good. The weather's good. Now I can turn it on.
You can kind of get into gear and just be like, all right, let's,
I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then that pumps me up. And then now, like, Ralph's been running the music, which is really key because he wasn't doing that. He was doing other jobs for a few years. So I'd be kind of like trying to do the audio and stuff while he's doing other things on the course.
Yep.
But now he's like dedicated to the music, and that just helps everything.
Just the music.
No,
yeah, no.
No, but during the show, like
it's a lot of work.
But like he sets up the entire course while I'm at the booth selling T-shirts.
Yep.
And he and my buddies, Travis Philpo, Jeremy Berry, those guys Derek Roberts, Brandon Taranto owns Granite State Services in New Hampshire.
Yep.
Yeah, he lets us use the skid.
I was going to say he's got skid steer there.
Yeah, that helps so much.
Yeah, and like you obviously know these guys, obviously good buddies of yours, but like I'm every year I'm listening to you and you just know like where everyone's from, everyone's names, like all this stuff, and I'm like, man, you got to have it all in your head to know you don't mess anyone's name or location or anything up, and I'm like, man, he gets it all like just off the cuff.
I can't believe it either. I'm wicked
I
forgetful.
write it down. I'm like,
wicked,
write it down.
Yeah, he's got no pad, nothing. He's just like blah 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 da da da. Like it's just like. And they all got helmets on. It's like it's hard to even know who you're talking to.
Oh,
wow, he did.
So this year I messed up big time.
Oh, you did?
Oh, did you?
This year I messed up big
bad
time.
As the T-shirt cannon guy, or not quite as bad?
Way worse.
No, I think the T-shirt cannon.
So this year we had Vicky Golden, right?
Yep.
Vicky is a super successful, like
Yeah.
YouTube star
Yeah,
and
she's
X
got a
Games, and
following.
she is one of the most badass females on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Her
And
bike was perfect.
Her
too.
bike is
Dialed.
perfect.
Yeah.
Everything is spot on, just like Brody. like Brody's the same way. Everything looks brand new every time he goes out,
Yep.
and she goes out. Like that's their job. That is, she gets paid to kick
Right, it's
ass
gotta look
and
dialed.
look perfect. She has sponsors, so everything needs to be on point. And so Vicky flips, but her knee's been bothering her big time. So she wasn't actually hired. You hire a flipper or right side up,
Right.
and I just hired Vicky for Vicky, the name and just her badassery.
Oh, so there's different brackets for
There's different kind of like when you're hiring. I say I need 3 flippers, 3 right side ups. Vicky kind of is like a superstar, so she counts more like flipper, but
she brings notoriety.
she
and
brings
the-
all that stuff, and so she can flip and does flip, but she wasn't flipping the show. Her and Brody were wearing literally, they both had dirt bike kids because they ride with Twitch, and that's Twitch's brand, dirt bike kids. So they had like this similar colored pants on. They're all riding the same bikes. Like they all like that Monster Energy freestyle team. They're all Yamahas.
all the wraps, all the same.
So they all look similar. They had similar pants on, and they both had dirt bike kids hoodies, but I didn't realize this. I thought it was just her wearing that stuff. So Brody goes
hair
up and
didn't
does
give
a
it away.
no. Brody goes up and he does a flip,
He came back by.
and Brody does a flip, and I lose my mind.
Thinking it
I'm
was
like,
her.
oh my God, Vicky just flipped because I didn't think she was going to, and I freaked out, and I realized that when I saw that she was
When you
actually
tried to
like
hug
5 feet away from me.
Brody.
I
And you're
was
like,
sitting
oh, shit.
still,
Oh,
and then Brody's coming down. I didn't know if any of the riders actually heard that
Yeah.
because they're usually in the zone riding.
They're
music
probably
and
not
stuff.
even listening to you. Yeah,
But people were like, "Dude, that
wasn't
was
Vicky."
not Vicky.
Yeah.
That was Brody." And I'm
Vicky's like, thanks for the props.
"That's
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
that's one of my biggest mess ups I think ever on the mic." And I felt bad, but they don't care.
That's not, they
These
don't
people don't care.
No.
They're super chill.
Yeah.
I mean, she's hanging out and she's super cool and
Yep.
just a superstar. And all the guys that ride for us are.
Yep.
Like, she just happens to be like semi-famous.
Yeah.
So it was an honor to have her, and I really butchered that. But
Ah.
and honestly,
Of all
the
the
crowd
things.
probably didn't even figure it out.
Right.
So
No,
who
no,
cares,
because
right?
you're up there.
They
and
don't
it's
know.
just- yeah, you're
Now
just,
they
They
know.
assume I
You
know.
screwed
They're
up.
just watching flips and they're watching
yeah.
everybody have
when the
fun,
music's
like,
going and you're doing your thing and you're you're yelling and screaming, like it kind of it's just the show. Like they're not really listening to like what you're saying. It's just like your intensity is like the part is your instrument.
DJ
you know?
Ralph is spinning the beats
Yeah.
and he's over there yelling and people are just hyped.
I like
Like
how
it-
Ralph, when I start talking too much, it's like the Grammys when they start dimming the lights when the guys
Get the
accept them the
hook.
reward.
Right,
and
they
he's
put the house music
talking
comes
too
on.
long and the house music comes on. Ralph does that to me.
I try
I'm
to
just
play
like
him
going
off
on and on,
the
and
chorus
all of a
all
sudden
the
the
time.
music starts coming in, and I'm like, all right, I
guess
get
gotta
it.
shut up
I
now.
get it. You have to, when people pay for a show, whether the fans like it or not, and whether I think we can do a great, entertaining, killer show in 25 minutes with a little bit less talking and just more riding.
Yeah.
But when you're doing this, they kind of want to fill a time slot, and they want to do like 40 minutes to an hour. They can't ride for 40 minutes to an
a long
hour.
time.
So that's why you do that interlude where you
That's-
do the interviews and you know
yes.
Give some
how's
stuff
the ramp
away.
today and how's all like that's the breakup then. Give them a break and then also
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
crowd loves that too. I
was-
mean, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I do feel there is times when I'm like, holy shit, I am talking a lot. Like, I feel like I am, but it's like, all right, I've just introduced these 5. Now I can't just not talk about these 3 because I'm feeling like, so I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then,
Well, I think it adds. I mean, it can get too long sometimes. He's definitely talked too long. Like the Cumberland Fair this year, I thought he talked too long. But I think it adds. I'm not the only person.
no,
that
it's
thought.
true.
But I think
did.
it adds. Well, it makes it more personal for the
My
crowd.
wife
right?
tells
Like,
me.
they
100%.
get to know the people that they're seeing.
Right.
They get to know something about them. It's not just some guy. And some of them probably don't care. But I think if I was in the crowd, I would be. I'm there because I'm into that, or I enjoy watching that. And it's cool to learn about the people where they came from,
it
what
builds
they're
the
doing.
suspense between. Like you can't just have 40 minutes of jump. The breakup all then gets people like, come on, let's go again.
Yeah, and we
Like,
try to build
let's- yeah.
build the show up. Like kind
Right.
of start out this year, they just went nuts in the warm up. But sometimes that's cool too, just hitting right off the bat.
Yeah.
But
and it's cool when you put the mic, down so they can actually like, talk, and so they put that connection of like so and so just did a flip, and now you're like, hearing him talk about it.
Well,
like,
they
you
are
know,
just a
it's-
human. They're just a normal person. Yeah, they sound like you or I.
And that's the
It's just
biggest
cool to
thing.
hear their point of view, you
Yeah.
know.
When
So-
we first started doing shows, everybody's like, "Get that mic away from me!" And then by the end of it, like people like Brandon would grab the mic and start talking. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we helped their public
it would-
speaking skills.
yes,
It
Yeah.
was almost like going to university.
he's like,
you know?
"Well, I'm going to do it. I might as well
Might as
go
well
for
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
make
the
it count.
one of the coolest shows we ever did, that I ever did, because Ralph was probably here working that day or whatever. But
Nah, the coolest
we
show
got hired
we
to
ever
do a camp. As far as like talking and mic, I mean,
Yeah.
a camp hired us, and they do this big thing. It's rich kids. It costs like $50,000 to go to this 1 week
Summer
camp or
camp,
something.
yeah.
Summer camp in it's called Camp Moden. I actually don't know how much it costs to go there, but it's a lot. It's
Summer
it's
camp.
kids that are well off.
Yeah.
These kids go to India and Dubai and like they travel around, and this is one of the camps that they do every year.
Mm-hmm.
So we were hired to throw on a show explicitly. Don't talk. I don't need you to talk. You don't
To
need
you.
to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's kind of my
part-
thing.
that's
That's, I
what I
like
do.
to
He's the
talk.
lead singer
And
of
he's
the
like,
band.
Yeah.
I don't want you to talk. Here's how it's going to go. You're going to be set up in a field. It's going to be pitch black. And then these kids are going to come out of a movie theater not knowing what's going on. These lights are going to kick on. And all of a sudden, this entire field will illuminate. And you
And
guys
start
will
jumping.
be there,
Yeah.
set up, and just start music and throwing down for 5 minutes. And that's it.
That's pretty rad.
5 minutes.
All that way and all that time.
That's
just
it.
for
Yeah, yeah.
5 minutes.
As long as the check clears.
Dude, and they
Why
they-
only 5 minutes?
Because that's what they wanted.
that's the kids, they were, I'm like, are you sure you only want 5 minutes? Like, this is a lot of time, energy, and money for you to
that's
spend
something.
for 5 minutes.
20's no problem.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That
easy.
dude,
20 be
this-
perfect.
This,
Yeah.
The attention spans of the kids with this
How
much
old are we
money.
talking? The kid
don't know if it has to do
ranges
with
like
that,
real
but-
young?
Yeah,
Are they like
no, he said that.
Really, that's what the
teenagers?
guy said.
The attention spans of these kids, because they have so much
Instant.
going on and they have so much like cool shit going on, they can do anything and afford everything. So this has got to be quick. They'll come out, they'll be like, oh wow, what's next?
It's got a hit.
wow.
It's got to hit. It's got to come off hard, fast, and quick. So literally, 5 minutes of the most ass-kicking freestyle dirt bikes you've ever seen. We had 3 ramps, 2 big bike ramps, or maybe just 2 ramps. But we had the pit bike guys too. You
Sure.
remember them coming?
Oh yeah,
across
that
the
was
ice?
cool.
Yeah.
they're
Pit bike
funny. They
came.
add like a comical
do.
sort of like
Yeah.
feel. I love
it's
them.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping Jim will go for a double backflip on his pit bike.
Let's
for,
go.
for grass drags next year. He's
Yeah.
already kind of landed one. Trying to get
Let the
people
cat
pumped
out of the
up.
bag, bro.
So it was amazing.
You heard it
I
here
did not
first.
say a word.
Yep.
I didn't even have speakers. I didn't have a microphone. It was just I was hired to get, and we had Vicky was there for that one.
No
the
music?
first show. Music.
Oh,
We
music,
didn't
They
okay.
had a separate DJ playing the music they wanted to play.
Ah.
So
Okay.
they kicked on. It was similar music. I think it was Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So field is black. You cannot see anything. Thunderstruck comes over the speakers. All of a sudden, instantaneous, poof,
All
the lights, the
LEDs.
whole field lit up, sparks, fireworks, and
No
just
way.
boom, 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 flip, 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 just ripping. They'd come back and just 5 minutes of
And then done.
insanity,
5
and
minutes
then
of finale.
park it, and
Lights
then
off.
they use the freestyle riders to grab the couple of the kids, bring them up on stage, and that's where they revealed. Oh, it was a reveal for their teams for the week. I guess at the summer camp, there's 2 teams, and so
Okay.
this is like they revealed the captain. So grabbed the 2 counselors, one from each group, brought them up, and they revealed who the teams were on the stage
okay.
right there. It was.
So this was the
sweet.
opening of their camp.
This was the opening night. They watched a movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but it was like a high intensity type movie too. And then they came right out the back of the movie theater, and it was
It
just
wasn't Goodwill Hunting.
no, it wasn't Goodwill Hunting. And
Schindler's
when this was going down, it was great actually not talking because I could take in the whole thing. And when it was
Right.
going down, I'm like, wow. And I was the only one to experience this. It was me and my son Dawson went and set up the whole thing.
Yeah, it was
Nobody else was around. It was just me and him. setting it
The
up.
riders must have been like that's it. This is all you want from us. They must have thought it was kind of funky.
They're used to small shows.
Okay.
Actually, when they ride for RaveX, doing a 45-minute to 50-minute
That's the
show, that's
longest
like
show.
odd.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird.
That's really long.
They're used to doing 5 to 10-minute shows for like NASCAR in the parking lot of NASCAR, Supercross.
All right.
They do a 5-minute show. Monster truck shows.
Mm-hmm.
They literally set that up. They wheel it out in intermission for monster trucks. Come out, hit the ramp
okay.
3 times a piece, park it, take it down, and get out.
That's it.
So that's actually for them. It's pretty normal.
Okay.
For me, it wasn't. But
So
it was,
grass drags is abnormal. Grass drags
Way.
is long for them.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
I
one of
guess
the longer.
I always just assume that's about as much as they jump. That's like normal, but I guess not.
no.
Interesting.
They're just free riding at their house.
Yeah.
They go out for 5-10 minutes, then park it, hang out, go back out.
Brody's house.
Brody's got a
is
compound.
Amazing. I've never actually been there, but he's been on.
I've been there by drone,
Yes.
just watching it.
Like
I feel like I'm there.
the videos. His compound's been in a bunch of cool dirt bike movies.
Yep.
and Nitro Circus did a segment on the Wilson compound, and just like everything Brody has, it's perfect.
Yeah.
All the
Dialed.
jumps, everything is perfect, and he's got the setup. So when people come in, like Vicky's actually like stays there in the off season, but people just come up for freestyle shows and hang
where's
out
this?
at Brody's, Mass.
In Mass?
Yeah, so not very far from the grass drags at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah. So, with where you guys are now, do you get out to ride? Do you still go on sled trips? Are you
Yeah.
Are you going to Gas Bay? Are you going out west? Are you like what's snowmobiling and dirt biking looking like now?
Dave, do you ride? I can't say much. I have a 14-year-old son who loves basketball, and he was playing travel basketball the last couple of years. So the last 2 years, my riding locally has been minimal. Like this last year was embarrassing. I literally rode 2 days. I have 89 miles on my sled.
Oh my gosh.
2 days.
Killer.
And I didn't go out west. So I have 89 miles, and I'm like jonesing to ride this year. Like,
Yeah.
I've always excited to ride. Like, once I get my boat out of the water, I'm like, all right, sled mode. I'm ready to go. 'Cause
Right.
I used to, like, I lived for winter. I still do. But I turned my hobby into work, so it changed my hobby a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It changed it for me. I'm sure you guys probably have some of that.
Similar, not
It's
quite
not
as much
your-
as you.
It's
like,
not your only
Correct.
source of income.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So it's changed it a little bit for me. But I rode 2 days last year. My son didn't ride at all other than around town. Luckily, we had snow locally in Wyndham where I live, so he rode around the house and stuff. But this year he's high school, so no travel basketball. So hopefully we can get up a lot more. I'm going either way, but I don't have to go watch a game. I like to try to get to all his games and stuff because
course.
I only got 4 years left. He's a freshman, so
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know.
It'll be over before you know
Yeah,
it, and you're
yeah.
like, man, I shouldn't have missed those.
yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
I got to be there. So
Yeah.
snowmobiling will always be there. That's
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
no, and
But-
that's what's changed. I think a lot of like our guys riding. Like we all got older. Like I was 25 when we started this. I had no kids. I wasn't married.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, just went every weekend. We were.
What are
in
you doing this
Stratton.
weekend?
Yeah.
Riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my house at midnight because I'm rebuilding the motor after work, and we're going to be in Stratton by 2 a.m. and we're going to be riding all weekend.
Yeah.
That's how we. Literally, it was like the running joke because I'd get there at like 1 or 2 in the morning every time because I was rebuilding something the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit, not as much as I want to. Going out west this year again for sure. I didn't go last year. I mean, you guys obviously know a lot of guys come in here and they're like, I haven't been out west. I'm like, you got to go.
You got to check it
Yeah,
out.
you got to go.
It's the first annual once in a lifetime. That's what we called it. The first
Yes.
year we went out with my buddy Steve Hinman, put us up at his place in Wilson. We rode the Jackson Hole area, so got the preferential treatment. Rob Hoff, took us out to a couple cool spots I can't talk about, but
Yeah.
they were,
Yep.
you know the spots there. It's just awesome out there. But a lot of like people are like, oh, I'm not riding back east anymore, and I think that's dumb. Like,
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that you go out west and it's like, it is what everyone says it is and more.
100%.
Depending if you hit the the snow the right way or the area you're in. But yeah, I love riding northern New Hampshire up at my camp, and it's like now that my son is going to be turning 12, and that's why I was asking you about some blast upgrades because
Yep.
our blast is totally stock now, and he's like starting to get it, and I want to
Yeah.
kind of like foster that and be like, hey, let's like
Yeah.
last year the area around my camp in Pittsburgh is they closed all the trails around because all the washouts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like my camp is on closed trails now. So like last year we went up and it's like every logging road is all fresh. So you just like pick a logging road, and for him it's like heaven because
Yeah.
it's just perfect and there's no rocks to hit, there's no stumps,
Exactly.
and you can just go. And it was like,
Worst thing happens, he goes in the ditch and you just pull him out.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
yep.
it's a perfect place to learn.
Oh
and-
yeah, for
and
sure. How
cultivate
to
that.
carve, how to transfer your weight, how
Yeah.
the machine feels.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you guys. I know obviously we've been doing a lot of filming, you know, in the backcountry and been trying to do it for years. And I know you guys do your Fresh series. Like, what's filming been like for you guys?
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's changed for us,
Who's, like-
you know, and what its importance. Obviously, we're talking about sled necks and two-stroke cold smoke and stuff like that. And like, there was a time when those were everything, and now obviously with social media and everything else, it's the
changed.
landscape has changed.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
long form stuff is just not. It's different.
and I would assume you guys would probably agree, but like, filming sucks.
Absolutely. All the guys that ride with us think filming sucks.
Filming sucks.
It sucks so bad. Dave didn't even film last year.
Yeah.
I haven't filmed in 3 years.
Yep.
It sucks. It's like,
It's hard.
It doesn't suck for me. That's why I snowmobile.
yeah,
He
Like
doesn't even
I
snowmobile anymore.
literally went snowmobiling to film all these guys. So I mean, they would get frustrated, but they also love it.
yeah.
Like Jeremy and Travis.
Exactly. Everyone hates
Those
it until they're
guys-
like, "Oh, can I see that clip from today?"
Let me see that edit.
So
Yes.
they
Oh,
loved
sick.
me for that. I would make all these guys look like superstars because I'd be getting the good stuff of them. And for what we have and the type of riding and being in Maine, for the most part, most of our videos are 90% Maine riding. Our series is pretty awesome. Like up until now, like I said, I haven't filmed in 3 years. The last snowmobile I owned was $300 a month, and I didn't put 1 mile on it. So it just didn't make sense for me. Just with the
lives
change,
changed.
our lives changed a bit, and then it's just my kid plays basketball.
Yep.
Ralph's my son, little guy. He's 11. He plays basketball, and so
It's hard.
It's hard to find the time,
it's
and we
hard.
don't have a lot of great snow here now.
Yep.
Like
We've had a few years that have been crummy.
anybody that's
few.
yes, you can go, and yes,
Trying
I,
to be nice.
I get it. When you say that the winter's not great here now, people like don't agree with you,
Yeah.
and I get it. Trail riding in backcountry is a little different. When you're backcountry in Maine, stumps and rocks, you need that much snow, hard packed, good snow to cover up the rocks and the stumps before you
There's
get
new
the
snow
powder on
on
top
top
of
of
that.
Right.
And you can maybe do like last year you could maybe do that for a week or two.
Yep.
And anybody that's rode last year, oh, that's not true. You could ride a million times. Okay.
You could. It was
Last
like
year
you-
was
4
you
or 5
could.
weeks that were good.
You,
Yeah.
you could
They really
4 or
were.
5 weeks that
Yeah.
were good.
Good.
Okay.
Compared to previous
Not-
years, last year was
Yeah.
standout for
Not
being
like-
like,
Yeah.
Poof.
Yeah.
Poof. That's snowmobiling.
Like
The
When you can
previous
do
3
that.
years were
18.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're not physically going. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you
this
couldn't.
past year, what was it, middle of March, we got back from Gru
Yeah.
on March 17th, and it was 70. And
Yeah.
then that was the
It was
season
gone.
over.
That was
Yeah,
it.
done.
Done.
Never
I
rode
was at
after
a
that.
basketball tournament in Rhode Island. I rode 2 days, and I'm like, I rode Friday, Saturday, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going to ride Sunday. I'm beat. I haven't ridden
Yeah,
all
yeah, it's
year.
fucked. If you don't
So I'm
ride,
like,
and all of a
oh,
sudden,
I'll ride next weekend. On the way home, I'm like, we have a freestyle show next weekend. So freestyle show, basketball tournament, snow's gone.
Yep.
yeah,
I'm like, well, I'm done.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing. We had Snowdio,
Yeah,
Old
the
Forge
freestyle
Snow
shows.
Fest,
Yeah.
and Snow Bowl. So that's 3 riding weekends
Yep.
that we're setting up, and those are weekend things because you're traveling to those. So 3 weekends where we can't ride. That would have been prime weekends that we normally would have.
right.
Or
'cause
Ralph normally would have. So that and that mixed with basketball, that's 4 key weekends.
Life.
Right
And there's
there,
only
4 or
so
5.
many.
Life gets in the
Yeah.
way. Like,
Yeah.
But I will say, going back to the filming thing, like back when we were trying to, put out a, an edit every year, like, 5 to 10 minute, snowmobile edit, it was so difficult to get a decent camera, to get space on your sled, to be able to like, set up a shot, get your camera out and like capture what you're trying to capture. But like now you fast forward to like these cell phones like have made it so much easier to be like, phone right here, take it out, clip, put it away. Like getting smaller clips has been like so much easier with these new phones
Right.
compared to like back in the day when you had a DLSLR, you had to get out and get just right. Hands are freezing. You're trying to get the shot. Someone messes up. Hey, do it again. You're like, all right, next location. And so like I found that is so much easier to get clips on. But now I feel like the audience has changed, right? Like most people, unless you have a really established YouTube channel, most people aren't watching
No.
5 to 10 minute clips anymore. They're not watching them. They're watching reels that are, a minute, 2 minutes,
I say that, but you watch what my son's watching. Boys, they're not 2-minute reels.
Nope.
Or like
exactly
even
like an established,
even like
Yeah.
some of the other Boys is giant and popular, but even some of the other stuff I happen in when he's watching TV, and I'm like, it's an actual like 5 to 10 minute long video of a guy on single track.
But they just,
GoPro, like
they find a guy they like and they'll follow him and watch that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my kid watches these golf things. This guy, he's like almost a professional golfer, probably could be, but he'll like golf with Bryson DeChambeau one day, Trump's granddaughter the next, and it's like a half hour, 45-minute like episode, and he's got a film crew that follows him around and like the whole
Yeah.
production, like what Chet did this year with Proven Progression out west, like.
I was actually going to bring that up because
Yeah.
obviously I saw that
That's
Caleb
huge.
posted about,
Yeah.
Caleb,
Chet posted or Backwoods posted about like if we decided to do something like that on the East, what would the reception be? And I didn't know if you guys were part of that conversation or whatever, but like I'm sure that would be big here too. Everyone out here is still watching the same stuff, all the Muskoka stuff and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like that seems to be the new medium.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
It's
for
kind of
sure.
like you either dive in or you don't, right? Like you either go in full production and you put out like an established YouTube channel with like decent edits on a timely fashion, week, 2 weeks,
And it has to be.
Or
if
You
you're not
have
every
to feed
week,
the
it's
beast.
Gone. Yeah.
You
Right.
have to.
You disappear.
or you kind of take the approach that we've taken and just do smaller reels, every weekend after riding, and it's a lot easier because like Max has his phone, I have my phone, someone else has his phone, and it's like after
Couple
the weekend,
GoPro
hey,
shots, whatever.
send me, text me all the clips, and then someone just takes it and makes a little edit on a reel and puts that out, and it's like for us that's kind of like where we've kind of ended up with edits because it's like that's just the way it's been.
Putting long form together now is hard.
It's hard.
It's time consuming.
Well, did you get my message about the clip contest?
We
I
did.
wanted a clip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Send some clips in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where Fresh 16, we've got our big
We
party
didn't film
coming.
a lot.
We've got our big party coming November 29th,
Uh-huh.
which I don't believe you guys have ever been to one of those. But so we've been doing this huge party every year for 16 years to release. It's a DVD release party.
Right, exactly.
So I've since then now just was scheduling. We've moved it to Christmas time. So now we just call it a big Christmas party,
Yeah.
which is way more fun to call it that and do like a Christmas vibe.
But obviously, you're going to show the new Fresh.
We're going to show something. I don't know right now. We've got Austin Blodgett sending a bunch of footage. He's always on point with his stuff. So Austin got me footage. I want to do a tribute to Dane Ferguson, one of the OG backcountry AK boys who's ridden in a bunch of RaveX shows. He's spent weeks at my house before. And so Dane Ferguson was one of those first, like, starstruck, I can't believe this guy's talking to us. Ralph reached out to him saying, hey, do you need, I guess once we started getting a name, Ralph's like, let's reach out to Dane Ferguson, see if he needs a sponsor, any help. And Dane called Ralph right back and he's like, yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. So we started helping Dane Ferguson.
I had no service in my house. So I was at the end of my driveway for an hour and a half because Dane Ferguson called me. I was like, this guy.
I'm taking this call.
Talking to this guy right now?
Yeah.
This is
A 907 number? I'm like, who?
Yeah, right when we started.
Yeah.
Like, this is second location, like 2006.
Yeah.
And Dane went to the X Games, and Ralph built my snowmobile,
Took his chassis.
took
and a
my
Mod
chassis,
800
put a new motor in it for Dane to go to the X Games, and that's a whole nother podcast. But so we've been friends with Dane for a long time. He's bailed us out. We've had some great memories with him, and he passed away last Christmas Day.
Oh wow.
So this would be a good, perfect tribute time.
This will
obviously.
be a shitty time. And I've been wanting to do a segment, but just I could never. You got to be in the rhythm to edit something and like song and just in the vibe and the rhythm. So for Fresh, the last 2 years I've taken a week off from here, bring all my stuff home, sit at my kitchen table or dining room table, and just that's all I do for a week. And I can whip up Fresh 14 and 15. I whipped up in a week right at my dining room table, 45-minute
Yeah.
feature full-length film.
What do you use for your editing?
Final Cut.
Final Cut. Yeah, that's what I've been using too.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty simple, and I tried to do Adobe,
What do you use
and
for
it
your
just
editing?
Ask him. He's our editor.
yeah.
I don't edit either.
I like it.
I can't film
I'm
either.
just used to it, and it's not. At
You and I
this
are the
point in
wrenches.
my life, I'm not willing to try anything. I just
Yeah.
know how to use it. It's quick. It's easy. So I want to do an actual Dane tribute with just RaveX stuff of him from coming up. Sad thing is, many years ago, I was cleaning up my hard drive and I erased Fresh 1 through 5. Everything I had from Fresh 1 to 5 gone. Every bit of footage.
That sucks.
Raw
That
footage
really
or the full
sucks.
films?
Everything.
Just raw.
Raw footage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've stolen my films off YouTube.
Yeah, I re-downloaded them.
And boy, the quality is not good. But it's at least I'll have some of that stuff about Dane. But so that's Fresh 16. I guess I'm calling it that just for the sake of it.
Yep.
It's going to be around Dane's tribute. And then I'll look at Austin's footage, and Austin's got some footage of some other guys. He's got
Nelson.
quite a bit of footage.
He
So I
films
might
a
be able
lot.
to do at least like a 15 or 20 minute video
Yeah.
with Austin and friends, and
We
but
can
I'm-
look through some clips. We have some clips we
Yeah,
can
we got
send
some
you.
stuff
well,
for sure.
if you think I can make a 5-minute video, or actually I should say 3 to 5 minutes of
Like a segment, a
stuff.
Sled the East segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought like back in the day, it's like, oh, they only want their own stuff. It's just that's all we had, and that's what we used, and we had enough.
The reason we started is because we sent all of our mini DV tapes out to Frontier Films one year.
Oh yeah.
Sent them all out there, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." He was being nice guy and everything. But
Look at me
now-
hit this snowbanking.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're trying to put footage. We thought it was great, but he's editing like Courtney Hungerford,
Yeah.
and those guys out in the backcountry, Dane Ferguson, and
Yeah.
here's the spot.
Dropping clips and stuff. And it's like,
Hindsight, it would have
massive.
been cool if he had done like an East Coast segment back then, and even put it in there. Hey, we got some crappy stuff from the guys in the East Coast, but hey, we're trying to grow the sport,
Right.
and that's kind of what we did.
That's why we
Right.
started it.
We're
It's
not-
because like we don't have the terrain that they have out west. So I'd watch the videos and be like, oh, that's sick. That's awesome. But it's like, can't do that here.
right. Exactly.
That's why you guys do it too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Work with what we got, and sometimes what
It's
we
still
got's
fun.
pretty damn good.
Yeah,
You know, it's
no, it's still a
like
blast.
going back to like the West talk. It's like, yeah, West has good terrain and whatever, but like when it's good here, it's good.
yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
It's all about being with your boys and in the woods
Yep.
and or your kids or
Yeah, it's
and
the
even
camaraderie,
trail
it's the
riding
stories,
or
it's
mountain
the-
riding. It
all
doesn't
of it.
matter.
Because we go the same kind of struggle with as far as filming goes is to do like landscape versus portrait, right? Because like if you're thinking about doing a YouTube video, and like we've always argued before, he's like, I got this sick clip, and you see it, and it's like it's vertical, and it's like, oh, well, I can't put that in the video because when you watch it on YouTube, it's it's not great footage, and it's like you're kind of locked into either one. It's like either you're going to do reels and we're going to do everything vertical, change the orientation on my GoPro on my helmet so it's all vertical, or it's all horizontal, and it's like you have footage in both, and it's like that awesome clip is one way or the other, and it doesn't look great on either one.
Yeah.
And it's like that's another thing that's so frustrating about
Sucks.
It sucks.
getting it out to the
I-
people, and it's like, all right, well,
You
put
don't
it on
mount your
Instagram.
TV on the wall.
Yeah.
vertically.
You don't mount your TV vertically. I used to get so pissed because when
Yeah.
we started
Great
saying,
clips.
"Hey, bring in your clips. I want to see what you guys have." Everybody's stuff is vertical.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Thanks,
this is
Instagram.
all garbage.
Yeah, you can't use it.
I'm making a movie. A lot of clips you can, especially with the newer phones. It's high enough quality where you can
Right.
zoom it in to fit on a
And make it
TV
the si-
and
yeah.
still make it look okay and reuse it. You can only do that with half the clips because a lot of times you do that, you miss the good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I was blowing it up and doing the best that I could. But yeah, that's the thing. I'd yell at everybody, stop doing that. And now that's how I do it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It's, you kind of like
because you want to do it for
a story or a reel, and you
a
want
story
it.
or a reel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most popular video, I think the most popular video that I've ever had is Ralph's
Kid.
son or one of them. Actually, Glenn Foster might have the win.
Yeah, he might have beat him out.
He's like
I know Glenn.
multi-million hits on that one.
when he hit the top of the skid,
And
the
Snowdio.
telehandler, when he
Oh yeah,
locked it up on the ramp and then fell on the thing and fell off.
That one's so painful to watch.
That was, yeah, and I actually didn't even film that. I think it was HK Power Sports. It was on their page first. But Ralph, I was videoing us all in a field in the back of his house, and there's like a little hill, and Ralph's son Riley had a ZR200, and he was just practicing side hilling. So there's this little dude, he's this tall
Great
with his little
form.
ZR.
Learn from
and
the best.
dude, he
from the
did
master.
he did this side hilling video, and that has multi-million
Well,
hits
Snow West
too.
picked it up and posted
Snow
it
West
too,
posted
and,
it, and it
or
was like-
reposted it or whatever, and it just like blew up. It had like
Yeah.
millions.
You're like, all the work I've
Sick.
done on Fresh barely gets anything. Look
Yeah.
at a
Right.
kid on a 200,
200 side hilling.
and lit the internet on fire. You're like, what the hell?
It's
people's-
like buddies roasting their other buddies, be like, "Hey, you should take some lessons from this kid," and like like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Fresh was
Proud
fun
dad
when it was
moment, though. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Exactly.
DVDs
He's
were
better
so
than me.
cool.
Yeah, see, yeah, DVDs. That's
Gone.
kind of all gone.
Yeah, we don't even do
Fresh,
a DVD anymore. We
don't
just
even
put it
want-
online.
Yeah.
My last Fresh, probably
The DVD.
10 or 11 might have been the last actual DVD, but we used to make 2,000 DVDs,
Yeah.
sell them for $20 a piece.
We still have people that come in. Hey,
Looking
the
for
DVD.
Where's the
and I'm like,
DVD? I collect every
Yeah.
one.
Which
you guys,
maybe
you got
I'm
a
like-
DVD for sale? I'm like,
Because they're
I don't
DVDs
even have
and
a
we're
DVD
like-
player,
Yeah,
man. Like,
I
what
don't
are you
either.
talking about?
YouTube, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all on YouTube.
It's all free.
Everyone is
You want to
free
buy
on
one? I'm giving it
YouTube.
to you for
Yeah.
nothing.
No.
I remember like going to Grass Strikes though. The thing to do is to get the new 509 and the
Yes.
new SledNex because that was like one of the first places you could buy them both, and like then we'd rush back to watch them both.
Yeah, and just
like,
sit up-
all right,
stay
which
up all
one are we
night
gonna do
and watch.
first? Yeah, and we we're so excited for that, and it's like I couldn't even. I still have them. I'd never thrown those away.
Oh,
I think
no,
those
I-
are
no. We have
those are the
VHS.
archives.
I have the VHS.
Ralph has
SledNex.
VHSs.
First one I bought was SledNex Y2K.
Yes, I
Moto
did.
Yes,
Milano.
Y2K.
And then I was
hell
like,
yeah.
wait, there's one before this? So I went and bought that. The next day I went. So before those came out, I used to get the Skidoo promo video, Flexing New Muscle 1993 Skidoo promo video. I would watch that. I literally memorized like every thing they did with every snowmobile from like
Every tagline.
93 up through like 98 or 9. They might have stopped making them.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was like, that was like watching SledNex. I was like excited to get that.
Yeah.
Like I'd get it in the mail. I'm like, oh, pop it in the VHS, and I'd sit there and watch it over and over. I mean, I'm a Skidoo guy, so whatever. But it was that
Yeah,
was
it's
like
just it's so sad those days are gone.
I know,
Like
right?
those, they're
We're dating ourselves, boys.
I know. I know.
VHS. A lot of these people are
I
like,
know.
what is
We're gonna be
VHS?
talking about
They're
TikTok right now,
Googling
and
VHS.
stop it with this. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's a VHS?
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I have the SledNex, bought the VHS, then they went to DVD. But that was like it. Like when they were releasing the new video, it was like, buy it. Bought it on their website.
Gotta have it.
or went down to the Milano, this place. It was like it was a Ducati dealer. My tech actually used to work there. But yeah, I'd like go down the day they got the DVD and I'd get it and like come back and we'd have like a watch party.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll sit around and like get stoked.
Yeah.
And then turn again hardcore, like the Alaska. Dude, those are some of my favorite. Giles and Sebastian had like a cool editing style. The whole AK scene was just like
Huge.
I like literally like emulated that. It's kind of like as much as SledNex and Two Stroke were like part of that. Like the Turnigan hardcore stuff was like what I wanted to be.
Right.
I wanted to ride in Turnigan hardcore. I wanted to be. I remember Dane. I built because I had an 06 440 chassis. I put an 04 800 HO in it, and he came to my house once for a freestyle show. He was staying at my house the night before, and he's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my sled." And he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's an 06 with a 04 800 HO." He goes, "A Turnigan special," and I was like, "Yeah, it is."
You put-
Damn
punch
right.
up and you go,
I'm
"Yeah."
like, yeah, that's a Turnigan special.
right.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I have a Turnigan special. I was like, so like just glowing.
Will
yeah.
you sign it, please?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Can you ride it for me?
Yeah. Can
I'll
you
sniff the
crash it?
seat.
I'll be so happy.
I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. Can you edit that out? I'm not sniffing seats. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of like we also run into this thing where like when we go out west and you know if we're riding together or not riding together and it's like you know super deep day like blower powder you know over your hood and this and that it's like we can't share it on Sled the East.
Yeah.
Like it's
Because
we get
anytime for any of our trips or whatever, we get so much hate about it. And it's like, guys, we don't
Sled
we don't
the East.
dislike the East anymore. Trust me. But like,
This was epic.
Yeah.
It's if
Especially-
you love snowmobiling, you want to experience different places and ride the best snow, no matter where it is.
especially when there's bare ground here and we'll go out and like post a video and it's like hate
Oh
just
man,
gets all over and it's like
I could see.
so it's
I don't get why they would do it, but I could see like their whole thing is if you're Sled these.
Yeah,
yeah well, yeah well, you're out
You're,
west yeah
you're
it's-
snowmobilers though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you want to ride.
Yeah.
Like where do you
Yeah.
whatever you got to do to get there?
Yeah, so that's the hard thing. It's like, you know, trying to make our reels and make our edits and put in out west footage. It's like, first of all, you can tell.
Yeah, obviously.
like
No,
you're watching a reel and it's like clip, clip, clip. Oh, that's not here.
That's
and then clip, clip,
Pittsburgh.
clip. Yeah.
yeah,
You know, so it's
that
like,
doesn't look like Jackman.
yeah.
I ride an Arrow. I don't know
Yeah.
where you guys ride. It's the only place I ever rides Arrow.
Yeah,
We
every
actually-
single shot's there.
We actually missed it. Well, we didn't miss it, but we were trying to line up Tubi last year to come up to Gru. We had they were talking about having a program where they were like, send in a kind of not a resume, but like a application to say like, your dream ride or something. I forget how they worded it, but it was like, we want to fly out a film crew. We want to like go to a destination that no one's been to. Like what's the most secret place and this and that. So we were going up to Gru.
Yeah.
Filled out everything. We were
Oh,
talking back
I
and
wrote him a
forth.
resume and did the whole thing, and like we actually made it like towards the end of the selection process, and they didn't select us, which is kind of a bummer. But like hindsight 2020, they should have because it turned out to be epic.
Yeah, I don't think they actually did those at all.
I don't know if they
I
did.
think it was like right when things were not right
Not
in
going
the
so
company.
good.
Yeah.
and they kind of like pulled the plug on all the funding, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to fly at a film crew and this and that," and like. The crew is a little difficult to do because it's like it's a certain amount of people can go there and there's only a certain amount of beds and there's no sled rental, so a film crew comes.
What do they do?
You gotta provide
we need
sleds.
sleds
Yeah.
and then so.
Which we could have, like we were prepared to whatever it takes.
Oh,
like,
we were
let's
like
do it.
thinking, we were like just hashing out every detail. Okay, how do we get sleds? How do we get fuel? How do we get this? How do we get and we had like some of the best snow, best weather, sun for the 4 or 5 days we were up there or whatever. And I was like, a couple times we're like, man, this would have been a great
They could
Tubi
have made
edit.
an epic.
And again, totally different story of someone pulling a phone out and being like, all right, go ahead. It's like having a film crew there where it's like they just set up in a drainage and they're like, okay, go. And it's just like everyone does their own thing.
Destroys it.
And you don't have
East
to worry
Coast
about
it.
like, getting in that right spot or, setting up. It's like they're going to go get set up and then, but it didn't work out. And that was kind of the thing. It's like a film crew would be the way to do it where, obviously you're babysitting a film crew, which, can they ride? Can they get to where you want to go?
Yeah.
Like they can't sit on the bottom of the trail and go, yeah, okay, I can kind of see you. Like they have to be like up there with you, so.
But you look at like we're talking about full length feature films. Caleb's the only one that's made one really as of recent, and the only reason that works is because he has his brother Isaac that just follows him around in films all day, every day.
Yeah, you have to have someone who's
you have to
on
have
your level to get up
Filmer
there.
dude.
Yeah, to have to make a modern even half length video, you've got to have people dedicated to taking shots,
And you have to have a lot of footage.
yeah, because you're only going to use 10% of it, right?
Right. You can't
You're
be
going to
like,
get
"Oh,
a
we're-"
lot of B and C and D and F roll.
Yeah, we're going out this weekend. We're going to go film. Okay, you got one day, out here. You got one day to film, and then the next week it rains, and then it's like you can't get footage, and then obviously out there it's a different story where it's like you can ride all the time, and you have a dedicated person that's like, I'm here. I'm not riding today. Like I'm here just for filming. So tell me what I want to do. With us, it's like we're all riding.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
all
like
trying to ride.
Someone's got to be like, all right, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to find that perfect line through the trees and be like, all right, I'm right here. Where are you? I'm over here. No, I'm over here.
I have frostbite over here
That's
waiting
what
for
we're
you.
missing with not having him out there. And like my buddy Tyler Scott filmed. We actually had this guy, filmer dude. We called him Chris Malenfant. He did Fresh 2, 3, and 4, maybe 5. 2, 3, and 4. But he filmed and edited the films for us. And we'd literally bring him out in the woods, get him a sled. And he'd never ridden a snowmobile before.
Oh,
He
geez.
just liked filming, and he thought it was cool. And we like paid him to come out and film, and he's like trying to ride up through the spots, and like he's down there.
You spend most of your day digging them out.
Yeah.
There's one footage. He's got his camera out, and he's like trying to walk through the woods. And he's like,
He's breathing wicked heavy. It sounds like
freaking
he's
out.
dying.
Yeah. But dude,
it's
he was
so funny.
dedicated. The kid, like he's now
He did a good job.
He's actually like
He actually works on like actual movies.
movies and stuff now. So
Oh,
like,
so he
that's
had
cool.
he's really
kind of Now or Never Films was his thing back then, his own thing. But now he like literally is on like production teams for like literal legit TV shows and movies.
Our first filmer was Travis Stewart.
Travis Stewart. Yeah.
He had a company called Distant Films. Now he's very successful. He does like media company, advertising and
Patrick
stuff. Still
Company.
kind of involved in filming and advertising, but he did Fresh One thanks to Mission Trailers, who fit the whole bill for us.
Yeah, they
Mission
kinda started
Trailers
the
was
tour.
Mission Trailers
We gotta
started our
roll
whole
back to that. They
Mission
started the
Trailers-
Outer Limits tour.
Yeah.
Mission
really?
Trailers. Yeah, they were
No
like,
way.
yeah,
They
He's like,
started everything.
Let's do this. Like, this is cool. He goes, we're gonna get behind you, and that's kind of like they gave
Trapper
us-
Clark owned Mission Trailers.
Yep.
He was friends with Travis Stewart, which was also our friend. So we kind of just all tied it in. And one of our, Mission basically, the Snowdio.
Well, they
Like-
came up with a name, bud. The Outer Limits store.
The Outer Limits store. No, that was us.
Well,
But
together.
the logo.
Yeah.
Mission Trailers had paid a guy that worked at Mission, who was their graphic designer.
Yeah.
He made the first logo and
Oh, okay.
everything, and super cool. Stewie edited it. He came and filmed a bunch of stuff because Mission paid him to come out.
Yeah.
He made the video, the very first one, which is still a killer video,
Yeah,
and
he's good at
a
editing.
lot of freestyle on that one. But he came out in the backcountry, filmed some stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, Mission Trailers. I think Fly was probably involved with the
How many
first
how many
one.
locations were you shooting at?
I think in the back.
Zippermouth Creek.
Think
Been there.
Generally,
You don't give up, honey.
you mean on the first one, or
Well,
you just mean in
Western.
general?
in general.
Western Maine. Like
Western Maine.
Northwestern Maine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Eustis, Rangeley, Jackman, up through that, like the whole Western Mountains area.
Oh, okay.
I kind of feel like Ralph and I kind of ruined.
I don't say ruined backcountry snowmobiling, but
We
we changed it.
Nobody did it. Like
Yeah.
when you used to go out into the
very few.
backcountry,
And there was no tracks.
the
ever.
people that did it and showed us the spots are guys that are 50s and 60 years old now, and awesome. Like these are true like backcountry guys and
Right,
know
knew-
that
knew the
area,
area, yeah.
Horn
and kind
hunters.
of showed us, and we'd be riding, and then. But we were the first people to be like, okay, we're going to start filming this. We tried not to like talk about where
Exactly
we
where-
were.
yeah.
We didn't want to like blow up spots or anything.
Yeah,
When
put
there's
a,
a
put a
giant-
GPS coordinate on
Right.
the screen when they're like, "Oh, we're like right
We're
here."
not dropping pins.
Yeah, and we really didn't, but people kind of got the.
You can figure it out. You
could
got to be an
figure it
idiot
out.
not to.
Like
Yeah.
all of our videos were in like the Rangeley area. Eustis, like
Right.
shots of Sugarloaf in there, so we'd be going there, and it is a beautiful area. And obviously, I'm happy to help bring economy to that area because we want it to thrive, and we want the restaurants to get nice. So when we go up there, there's businesses that are thriving
Yep.
because the snowmobilers are coming.
Yep.
Right. It's a hard time of the year if there's no snowmobiling around. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of
That's how they make their
tourism
money.
or anything,
Tourism
you
is
know?
their income.
Yeah,
So it's
that's New England.
Yeah.
Well, not New England, but Maine.
Northern
New England.
Northern New England.
Yeah, 100%.
now you can't even park. You'll go up to a spot and there'll be 20 pickup trucks lined
Yep.
up on the side of the road with sled decks.
You just
got
got
to
to find a new way in.
You got to find new spots and new ways in,
gotta
and,
push
and that's
further and-
fine. And
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against any of those people.
Of course
I'm glad
not.
that
They're doing the same
everybody's-
thing we did
Yeah.
when we were young.
Right.
you know?
And the spots, I mean, the industry just grew in general, and there's just more and
I was
more
gonna
and
say-
more riders
Yep.
that like
Yeah.
get into it, you know. So
As much as that side of the industry was boom. Backcountry snowmobile, like think a 130 in 1996, a mountain sled was a 137.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sleds
That
changed,
too,
the
yeah.
industry changed. That's all
People
part of
sled-
it.
sleds
Technology now, that's a bone stock 600 to take you literally anywhere we used to die to get to. You know,
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s.
We all had race sleds.
Yeah, we-
21 race
All the
sleds.
Oh
first
my
freshers,
God.
that's all we rode was race sleds in the backcountry. It was mostly springtime because we did freestyle shows all winter.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was all race sleds.
that's how we feel about the McGalloway Bowl in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know,
Haven't
like
been there in years.
I remember I took you there for the first time. That was probably like, God,
Jesus.
2005.
Oh, we're dating
maybe?
ourselves, but it was a long time ago.
That was a
And
long
like,
time ago. And
no one went there.
like, you know, you guys
No
have been
one.
there, right?
I've
To the bowl.
never been.
You've never been to the
Heard
bowl?
about
No,
it
actually,
the bowl.
thousands
That's
of
where
times.
that's where I ride all the time.
Never been there.
That's where most of our filming occurs. Is the
Yeah.
bowl.
Isn't it? You're not supposed to ride there. is
Yeah,
all I
technically,
hear.
no.
Well,
It's
nowhere in New Hampshire.
Technically,
Nowhere in
no,
New
nowhere in
Hampshire.
New Hampshire you
Yeah.
can ride.
off trail.
But you kind of like, you know, it's a pretty good climb to get to the entry to the bowl, and there's like literally one sled width entry point to it, right? So we finally made it up to that point, and it was like the entire bowl was untouched all the way down.
It was
I got a
always-
photo of it on my wall in my basement, and there's a wind lip and then no tracks at all, and it's like now
It's a parking
you
lot.
could never hit that like that again,
Yep.
ever.
Unless you
Doesn't
unless
matter.
you get up at 4 a.m. on a POW day, you're never.
You're never gonna hit it. There's always gonna be old tracks, ruts everywhere, or there's
People.
going to be, 10 sleds all hanging out all over it, and like you're just never going to see that again. You have to hit it exactly perfect.
I remember
to
seeing
your
like
point.
social media where there's rocks literally still sticking up and
And guys are
someone's
riding
side
it.
hilling across. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Arms for days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was gonna say like a lot of the places that we cut our teeth and like learned riding, like we don't even ride those areas anymore because at that time that was the easier places to get to and access and ride, and now they've become popular. And I'm like, yeah, we've found other better spots or whatever because it's it's not a bad thing. Like you're saying,
No.
like I'm glad people are doing it. I'm glad the sport is growing and there's people out there trying to
100%.
to do that stuff. I'm never going to throw any shade, but like it makes it tougher to find honey holes.
Right, and there's just like obviously out here there's only so many.
Yeah.
And you got to find more and more. And unfortunately, like up in northern New Hampshire, not to get too into it, but the fish cops don't like it so much.
No.
Yeah.
So
They don't
the more media you put out into the public, the more spotlight gets on you, and the more all of a sudden on a Saturday there's certain entry points where you can get into an area, and once you're in there you can go anywhere, but you have one way out.
Yep.
Because it's so thick, it's like one way out to the trail, and come out at 3:00 and there's 2 fish cops sitting right there, and you're like,
Dang.
yeah, we're all busted.
Write the ticket.
Exactly. So it's to your point about you got to find another way in. That's been the creative part, to say, oh, we're going to go in the morning. If there's no one there, we're going to go in, but we got to come out somewhere else and get out before it gets dark.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's like in Maine, we tried to start like it was called MARB, Maine Advocates for Responsible Backcountry, and like to the state's credit, the game wardens got involved, and like we were trying to the big deal most of the time in Maine is parking. Like people just don't be an asshole. Like this is during the week, these guys are working in the woods. If it's an active area, if it's a pod logging road, somebody's working in there.
Right,
Do not block that.
Respect it. Like just don't. If the parking's all taken up, you're not parking on the road. And there's a few places like people will plow out areas and you can park. But the biggest thing is if you can just get access from a remote. I mean, it takes 45 minutes to an hour of
to get into a zone.
boondocking and like goat roping into this spot, and then once you get there, you're all right, and then you come back out, and it's fine. But it's just be respectful. That's the biggest thing. I think that a lot of people are entitled and act like they're.
It's their spot.
I don't know if it's society now or what, but it's like you're in their spot. Like be respectful. Don't block roads. Like just be smart. Like
Well, even in New
don't
Hampshire,
be an asshole.
in New Hampshire, where it's less legal, to put it that way, it's like you're not going to catch any one of us or anyone we ride with riding anywhere near anyone's private land. Like we're going to be so far out in the bush, like we're not bothering anybody. I'm not in someone's cabbage patch in their backyard,
Right.
And it's those people that are doing that that's the bad apple that ruins the bunch. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's like that gives the sport a bad name.
Right,
And it's
those
like
damn kids in their backpacks,
Yeah.
and shovels at the gas station, and it's like
I had
you
nothing to
get
do
off
with
the
that.
main trail, and there's like you have the ditch, and you have the banks that go up, and it's like you're right out of town, and someone's
Stay away from
everyone's side hilling, and it's like, guys, don't do that,
Don't
Like,
do it there.
yeah,
Just
don't
be
do it
smart.
there. Get out, and then get into the logging, the logging company, I guess
Where you're really not hurting anything.
Yeah, private woods, but not someone's personal farm. You're blowing donuts
Or
in their
like new
backyard,
tree growth areas. People just like
Don't
blow
do
out
that.
through it. Like that's the worst riding. Like you want old growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be in new tree growth? Like that's just miserable.
Yeah.
And people just rip through it, and I'm like, dude, I've yelled at people. Not yelled, spoken sternly to people. I don't yell, but like I'm
Put
like,
on that
dude,
dad
like that's
voice.
not that's not where you want to ride. Like that's just dumb. This is like $100 a tree.
Yeah,
Every tree you just broke off is dying or gonna rot, and this company paid money to put them in there. Like, stop doing that.
yeah.
And that's a black eye.
Yeah,
On-
exactly.
on-
On the
on the
sport,
sport.
on
Yep.
that side of the sport.
Yep.
That's what's cool about like Gaspé or a lot of the places. Gru, is that the Circle Lake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Okay,
Crater Lake.
I've never been there.
The
Yeah.
asteroid crater. Yeah,
Yeah.
It sucks. You shouldn't go. Definitely don't check
No,
it
it's
out.
terrible. It sounds horrible.
I've heard it's terrible.
It's too far.
It is far. That's
It
not
is.
a lie.
That's not a lie.
What
That
is it?
part's not a
Is that
lie.
like 15 hours?
For us in Vermont, it's 15 hours.
Yeah, so it'd be like 20 hours for me.
That's
Yeah.
far.
I'm halfway to Wyoming.
yeah, it's far.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I won't go. Don't worry. But like to go to the Gaspé State, the Sled Den or Adventure Chick Chalk,
Yep.
or there's a couple other places up there, even south of that. But like that's you go out with a guide, you find your spot. Like that's a responsible way to do it if you don't know where you're going or what to do. And
Right, it's the
the
safe way to
riding's
do it,
great.
yeah.
It's a safe way too. Yeah,
But they
totally.
also preach the same things we're talking about, like in those fresh planted areas. No.
Yeah.
Don't ride there. Don't do dumb stuff near town. No brapping. No loud exhaust. Like be respectful, even though you can ride there. Still have the good manners
Yeah.
that all snowmobilers should have.
And that's like life in general, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think
well,
maybe
yeah,
as,
be
as a
considerate.
country we've gone away from that, but like just
No.
don't be an asshole.
Yeah, yeah. The last time we went up to see Jonathan at the Adventure Chick Chalks, he kind of warned us, like, this low snow year, like, normally if you guys weren't you guys, I would say don't come because it's not worth it. But we can find snow. You can still come up. and they had like one of those crazy windstorms come through like a week before that. And we went into some areas we usually ride up there, and you come over the valley, and like you could see where like a microburst had come through, and it was like all toothpicks.
Just laid
The whole
down.
hill was all like this, and it's like, because we want to go up there, it's like we can go try, and it's like you're in a side hill, and it's like blow down, blow down, blow down, blow down. And it was like
Tree jail.
man, and it's like this whole beautiful hillside's wrecked for 20 years.
Yeah.
until
Until
that
it
tree
rots.
rots. It's like and there was a decent amount of snow, but some of these blowdowns are 10, 15 feet in the air, and it's like that's going to be like that for a long time.
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys have been up there?
God, it's
Couple
been-
years?
No, more than that. I bet it's been
5 probably.
Oh, wow.
6,
Oh,
7,
boy.
6, 7.
So you haven't seen like
I'll edit that
Jack's
out.
new
Thank you.
Yeah, please
Cut
do.
that. God.
6 or 7 months, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously.
yeah.
So you haven't seen Jack's new lodge or anything like that?
No,
kidding.
I want to go.
Never
I've
stayed
only
with
stayed
Jack.
with Adventure Chick Chalk, and then we'd stay at the Hotel and Sea
Oh, okay.
a couple times if they were booked or whatever. It was a good weekend. We're like, well, we got to go. Like, let's just go. But yeah, I actually do want to. I have a friend that just booked at the Sled Den,
Yep.
and he's excited to go. And I'm like, I'm gonna try to get up there that same weekend because I haven't ridden with him in ever actually, but because he mostly trail rides, but he just got a mountain sled like last couple of years, and yeah, he's going up there. I'm like, that's a good spot to go because he'll take you out like if he tests your skill level, kind of
Right,
see where
ask
you're
you
at.
what do you want to ride.
Yeah,
you
know what areas to bring you based on your skill level, so you're not just stuck all day being miserable and dying.
Yeah, get me out of here.
yeah, yeah. So I think he does a really good job with that. I've heard as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of young, like small growth trees, and we're up in the groove. Like first day of ride, they make you sit down and fill out like paperwork like this, like cannot have a modified exhaust. Everything has to be
They check
stock.
them. They
Really?
check
They
them.
check your
Yep.
sleds. You cannot break any trees at all.
No
you have
saws,
You have to
no nothing.
every tree break you have to clear with the guide. Has to be like a desperate situation to cut anything.
No
Like they don't
kidding.
let you touch any growth, any trees at all. They make you sign a waiver for heli flight. So if the guide deems it's critical, like they're not going to ask your permission. They're just going to.
Call helicopter.
So you have to like put down your health insurance. You have to put on your sled insurance. They sign waivers. You won't leave any sled material, any fuel, anything in the woods.
is that a national park or is
Yeah,
It's-
it's,
yeah, it's all-
it's a protected.
It's all crown
it
land.
wildlife
Yeah.
protected? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
There's certain plants and certain.
and of course, the whole
birds
thing's in
and-
French. So we're like, oh, can you please translate? They're like, what does this mean? What am I signing right
Yeah,
now?
Yeah,
Like, am I,
Google Translate out, take a
I know.
picture.
And,
What's this say?
Yeah, I've never been in an area like that where it's like you're literally signing your life away to go.
No
To
kidding.
go
you know.
ride.
And like every guide can only have like 6 people with them, as a certain, and like they'll lose their license like that if
Yeah.
there's any violations on, bringing too many people out or,
Doing dumb stuff.
or
running
if
over
someone in
trees
their
or,
group,
like, whatever.
burns a sled and says, I'm leaving it here. Like, nah, not doing
So if your
that.
sled
like,
catches on fire, you're packing out every
oh yeah,
piece
I mean,
of
it's
it.
Probably, yeah.
Everything's got to be packed
Bet you
out.
they'd make you pack it out for sure.
Yeah.
You couldn't leave it there. No way.
No.
She's no Arctic cats, huh?
I guess.
Ooh.
Cut that
I
part
say
out.
Skidoo. They all have they all burn down.
Listen,
They
they're
all burn down.
They all break. They're all
Yeah,
junk.
they
they're
all-
I don't
whatever.
know that catalyst.
Junk equal. That's what I call
So
it.
much fun.
Is that
dude.
what you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rowdy
I look
machine.
at the Arctic Cat booth is right next to us all weekend at the main snowmobile show,
Yeah.
and you're just staring at the
Yeah,
catalyst.
they're sick.
Just beautiful snowmobiles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think they look so aggressive and
It's
awesome.
so different from my 21, from the Ascender chassis to the Catalyst. It's like a whole new sled.
It couldn't be.
It just feels so much lighter and nimble, and you stand on it, and it's like, where's the rest of this thing? It's
tiny.
It just feels like a
It's
toy.
super tight.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so
I
small.
want to get on one this year.
Cat has never made a sled like that. That thing, it's like a chaos. Right? It just comes out of the snow. Its skis are in the air all the time. It's like, it's
It just
just,
feels so light.
it's wild.
I'm not used to it. I'm used to
Yeah.
like,
well,
I'm used
Arctic
to-
Cat was solid too, though. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you had to work to break an Arctic Cat.
Oh yeah,
Like-
it's
like-
so and that was one of my fears. I was like, man, is this thing gonna be like, just
Tinfoil.
chintzy and fragile, and but so far so good.
Broke the
So,
running board, right? But that was like,
That was my fault.
yeah, well, you big boy.
Yeah, that's rider abuse, man.
Well, don't
That's what-
Polaris, all the Polaris running boards.
Well,
Correct.
the
They also
running board,
break,
but the,
right?
the
Yes.
subframes break.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why Backwoods has that piece.
That's why
They
made
do.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it-
I ran we run the B&M Fab stuff.
Yeah,
and so that one when Max was talking about my tunnel there, just we were filming and there was like a little root ball, and I just went up to like do a re-entry and coming around and popped it up and didn't quite get it all around, and just clunk, just like literally sat down on it, and it just like if I hadn't had the B&M on, it would have bananaed the whole thing all the way up.
Yeah.
Because all the weight just came right down on top of the,
Yeah.
and it was not that good of snow.
No. But you also never had a sled that could do that.
Yeah.
That
So
could tail
effortless,
stand
yeah,
like
I
that and come over backwards on you. It's
Because I'm used to like putting all of my might to like even get
Yeah.
the sender to stand up.
Yeah.
And this thing is just cracking. It's just
And you're tiny.
comes right out.
So
Yeah.
you have to put a lot of might into it.
baby gorilla.
Now it's like I just cracking. It's like, oh shit, and it comes right over. Like I couldn't imagine the 146 would be just stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I like it a lot. So
Speaking of cat, I'm like super glad that things turned around.
still
they got
here?
bought. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So good for the business.
Listen, you can hate all you want. No one wants to see cat go away. No, I don't want any manufacturers to leave
No.
because, drives competition, drives innovation. You want more technology. You want more people in the game,
Yeah.
So, I was happy too. I was like,
Yeah.
good.
Do you think?
I was happy as well.
Of course, you can get parts.
I
Do
was
you
happy
think-
as well.
Do you think snowmobilers are too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they are
Absolutely.
100%. But like they want unbelievable technological advancements every 2 years.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every year.
And then then they complain about the cost.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess I haven't really complained about the cost, but I'm like, holy crap! Like that, they're
Oh,
they're
they're
pricey.
expensive.
It's
They're
insane.
expensive. It's an expensive sport.
Yep.
But we're like our own worst enemy because
are.
think about the amount of unit sales in the world. Just microcosm it to North America, but not that money. Like
Yeah. No, not
for the amount of technological advancement,
the
amount of
R
money they have to
and D that
put in
goes
the
into
R&D.
making
Yeah.
like a running board to not break or bend. Like,
Yeah.
that's so much testing and
Yeah.
like
And then they'll get online and just start bashing it up like quick. It's
Yeah.
like
bold
you
new
have-
graphics again this year,
Yeah,
and it's
you have
like
no idea what it
you know how
takes
much
to put something to market.
you know how much it makes to actually graft out and design a new panel, like
Yeah.
to make it and then mass produce it for a whole line of snowmobiles. Like,
Yeah.
It's a lot of
of course
money.
they're going to keep it the same for
4 years,
whatever it is, 5
Yeah.
years or whatever.
Yeah.
I was listening to that Sleds or not the Snow West podcast, and they had Nils, I can't remember his last name, from Polaris, and they had that exact conversation, and he goes, same thing, people want a new thing, whatever, but he's like, you do realize a stock turbo sled now has the same power to weight ratio as a supercar, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, and he's like, so the money you're spending seems like a lot, but you're getting an incredible machine for that money, and I'm like, yeah, my stock turbo sled is absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah, they're
so it's
stupid.
like
5 years ago, not even 5 years ago. Well, yeah, 5 years ago, turbo was 20. Skidoo's turbo was 20 and a half, right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but whatever. So call it 7 years ago. Like, think about where sleds were compared to they are now. And 15 years ago,
Yeah.
holy
Oh my
crap.
God, yeah.
But the problem is like, aside from what you're saying is, people complain about nothing new coming out. It's just it's marginalizing the people coming into it,
Yes.
right? Like
Yeah.
people trying to get into the
Pricing
sport.
people out.
You throw in a couple bad winners, and people are like, "I'm not buying a sled," So it's like you're almost like you're stifling the sport in general by making sleds so expensive.
Well, so you guys as an outerwear, obviously you carry outerwear and had someone come in to buy a monosuit today. Are you seeing people that are already in it and they're hardcore riders, or are you still seeing new people fresh to the sport, or is it
Not a
mostly
ton
people
of
that
fresh
are
people.
that are already in it?
It's most people that are in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, I say luckily, but the used sled market is. So I'm hoping, and I think it could be good for the sport in general, driving
Right.
down that cost of buying you can buy a great used access trail sled or a used, Skidoo Gen 4 or a Cat Ascend or a Pro Cross chassis for cheap money. Well, I say cheap relative to the cost of a new sled.
$3 to
Right.
$5 grand, probably. Yeah.
And you can go out and ride all day on a phenomenal snowmobile,
Right.
technology wise, and not have all that much money wrapped up in it compared to if I got to buy a $20,000 new sled. No, you don't. You could go buy a $6,000 Axis chassis or
Right,
a
and
Skidoo
still have a great
blast.
and still have a great time.
Yeah.
but
And there's nothing like snowmobiling. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I've jet skied and grew up skiing. I love all that. That's cool. But I don't know, until you do it, there's nothing like riding a sled.
Nope.
There's
a different
nothing
freedom.
like it because I think the main ingredient is that the terrain is always different every time you go out.
Yeah.
You ride a dirt bike, you ride a snowmobile, or you ride a dirt bike, motorcycle, boat. Water's always the same. Like dirt's always the same.
Yeah.
the road's always the same.
Snow's
Going
always
snowmobiling,
different.
it's like, oh, like I rode this area last weekend. This is going to be a completely different experience today because of
Right.
good snow, bad snow.
It rained,
like
and it's going to be concrete, but it's going to be a blast.
right. It's like it's always going to be
2.5 feet of
different.
powder, and I don't even know if I can make it to where I want to go, or picking different
Yeah.
lines, and
100%.
So, where's what's the future of RaveX? Where are we going? What's 5 years from now look like for you guys?
Oh,
What do you?
You're asking for a 5-year plan?
Yeah, sure.
in detail. I want to
Can we
report
get
on my desk.
Can we do a 5-minute plan?
Okay.
We're gonna
Five,
get beers
let's go.
after
You want
this.
5
food,
day?
yeah.
I'm starving.
So what are you guys
End
doing
of next
tonight?
week.
Yeah, right. I see. I'll go first, and then this will be great for Dave and I because we both have degrees in communication, but we've been friends forever, and I spend more time with this person than anybody in my entire life. So we grew up being like we were best friends. Still one of my best friends, but we don't have just a friend relationship anymore.
Oh,
So,
business.
yeah,
Right.
brothers-in-laws, business partners. It's changed our relationship for sure. Not for the worse, just different.
Right.
But we don't communicate well, so this will be cool. We'll see. I'll spill mine, and then actually I'll let you go first, Dave. You're deep in thought. You look like Socrates over there, like the leaning man, just going for it. Where do you see
thinker.
RaveX? The thinker.
He's
Sorry,
the
that's what
thinker.
it is.
Yeah.
Where do you see RaveX in 5 years?
Well, we have 2 years left here.
Uh-huh.
Just signed a lease last year for a 3-year lease. Ultimately, we need to grow service. If we're going to continue this adventure, we need to really figure out where the money comes in, and it really is service.
Service
This is
seems
what
to be
makes us
that.
cool. We love the freestyle shows. We love selling the gear and everything, and that will always be no matter what. But service, that's the thing. We get booked up in service in the summertime. We're 4 or 5 weeks out. In the winter time, we don't have a lot of space to take a bunch of sleds all at once. Like motorcycles, you can just like bring them in. We'll get to it as soon as we can. Snowmobiles, you have to be more diligent because we don't have a lot of space. So we need more space, bigger service, and that's kind of where it needs to go in order for us to change, in order for us to grow to that next level. We can keep all this doing awesome, and this is pretty much going to hang tight the way it is, unless we grow the internet. In the internet, we could grow.
Yep.
Our website, we have been successful with the website. We just don't have the staff. It's Ralph and I.
Yeah.
Up front, my son is 17. He's been working a lot now. He's actually on payroll, and he works every Saturday, and he's great and does the customer service thing and everything, and he helps out a lot. But we really need somebody dedicated to the internet to blow that up.
Yep.
And the service needs to get bigger. So we need a bigger spot. We need a bigger space for
So
service. We need to be able
Would
to.
you guys ever think about getting into sales?
So we started
sled
selling
sales?
Starks.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you saw in the front row, we have a Stark Varg.
Yeah.
So we're the only Stark dealer in Maine. It's,
Okay.
80 horsepower electric dirt bike, basically.
My son's giving me the
450
whole the whole rap sheet, the whole detail.
So
Starks like
Starks are key.
That's like the full-blown MX bike. Like,
yeah, that's like
They got banned at X Games because it's like cheat code.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So it's so we sell those. We also sell Roar, which is a brand of e-bike, kind of probably more like what your son saw Riley on.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
a Roar brand. We've had great success with that, so I could see us maybe even getting into that a little bit more. The e-bike thing is huge right now, so maybe getting into that a little bit more. Selling more units, selling more accessories and fun stuff for those, because that is a wicked big thing for the kids right now.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Don't make a ton of money selling the units, but it gets people in the store. They usually buy a helmet and gear and everything.
And might
too.
bring the service in too.
And
Yeah.
we service everything that we sell. Plus, people are like, "Oh, you service e-bikes?" Nobody else does.
Right.
Nobody does
Yeah.
that. Zero.
The other
That's why we're
brands.
already doing that.
Yeah.
We've had to do warranty issues for Suron and E-Ride and Talaria and all
No,
those
we don't
things.
do E-Ride anymore because they didn't pay us last time.
Well, we
you're
can
watching
do all
E-Ride,
that
pay up.
work. But yeah, so that would be, I think, probably another thing to grow the e-bike part of it a little bit more. Have a wall with e-bike specific parts on it. Do more of that, but definitely service. In order for us to kick it up, we're at where we can be right now.
Yep.
Service can't get any busier.
Right.
Really.
You just don't have the
We
physical space.
Don't have the physical space. We only have our two main mechanics and Ralph out there. So it's like we can't get another mechanic. That's it. They can't do
room.
any more work than they're already doing. So That is it.
Well, efficiency, but not substantial growth. But I mean, we can be more efficient. But it's our setup, like I was talking about earlier.
Right.
Separate building back into the parking lot. If I'm back there, because that makes them more efficient because they're not trying to type in the computer or order parts or whatever. If I could have it all in one spot, that would make a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Even the same size, it would be more profitable to be in one location. But if we're going to do it, and
The location's got to be key.
yeah, we have a good landlord. Sorry, you done with your 5-year plan?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to jump.
Service.
So, I mean, honestly, we're pretty much on the same page. We've bounced around ideas of talking to other local dealers and being like, hey, you guys getting out? Is there opportunity to buy this? Skidoo players. Being an OEM definitely would have its benefits, but it could also have its drawbacks. I've never dealt with these bigger. The only OEM we've dealt with is Stark, pretty much, and they're pretty cool. But I don't know. It's like it's so much unknown for me, and I didn't work at another dealership before this, so I don't know how that works, the ins and outs. I didn't write service. I was doing mortgages before we did this, so learning that side of it could be
Learning
good
curve
or bad.
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so 5 years different. I love our landlord's great, location's great. Just the setup doesn't work. So different location possibly, or a combined service and retail with more room for service and to grow that side of it. I mean, both my techs are in their 50s. So I'm also trying to see, that's a whole other thing in this industry is if I'm going to grow service, that's great, but who's going to work on it?
Right.
Who's going to be that tech? Are kids getting into that? No, they want to be influencers or
Right.
video game. There are some probably, but finding that, hopefully the trades start to make a comeback. And I think they will.
I think they will, 100%.
Yeah, in the next, maybe not just power sports, but I think trades in general are going to make a comeback. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much spot on with him. It's service is the way to grow. Is the biggest growth opportunity for us.
I wonder if you could do like any sort of recruiting at like a tech college or something, and see if you could, get an internship going, and see if you could, hook them that way.
Yeah, even high school, like
or high school, yeah.
Especially these guys got 5, 10 years left, 15 years left. Getting them in, I've learned so much being back there. Like I worked on sleds on my own and stuff like that. I'm not a tech, but Jamie and Kev, Jamie came from the Ducati world, worked on little sleds. Kevin worked at a pretty much motorcycle only shop. They never worked on snowmobiles. They had a ski shop attached to it, so their winter stuff was ski gear. So like they leaned on me a little bit in the beginning for sled knowledge, but they're just good techs, and now they've just taken off, and they've forgotten more than I know about working on sleds now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
almost
again-
like you're at a turning point where you want to try to like transition that knowledge to someone younger before they're gone, so it's
utilize
not starting
them as
over.
teaching. Yeah,
Exactly,
for
a
sure.
mentor. Yeah.
But the catalyst is you need a catalyst.
Yeah.
You need
nice
space. You need
Yeah.
space. You need space to do that. You're not going to
And
invest
that's-
in that now.
that's
yeah.
money.
You're kind of at a
It's that hump. It's almost like you got to have that
it all
nut.
comes back to that.
That nut. Yeah, money. What the fuck?
No,
it all comes
Elon,
comes back
Elon,
to
if you're
hump.
listening, bro, just throw
Yeah,
us a
bro.
couple, just a little. But like,
Didn't he just get paid out $1 trillion? Like
I think
you
they
won't
did
even
accept
miss
it.
like a little bit.
dude, just a little scratch will help us so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's in your couch, Elon, would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
we don't have the time to teach kids either.
Yeah.
Back there, time is money, and
course.
both of my mechanics are friendly, and they will teach.
Yep.
And they will talk. It'll take them 20 minutes to put a bolt in. And
Right.
That's the
here's what-
balance. Like you got to give that little bit to
gotta have the
gain
room.
down the road, and then loyalty. Like you got to treat the guys right because they are a precious commodity.
Yep.
Like, and they could probably go anywhere. And you teach some kid, he becomes a great tech, and he's like, I'm gonna bounce over here.
Yeah, I want a raise every 6 months,
Yeah.
where I'm going to leave.
X
And you're
dealer is going to pay me $5 more an hour.
Yeah.
What do you get?
Yeah.
you got to find someone
You
who's
gotta
like
give 'em that.
passionate about motorsports to like want to stay working here and
That
not
buys
like,
into the family.
going to the Ford dealership and just
That's-
being a tech.
That's not so easy though.
No, it's not
No.
because again,
Money talks,
Money.
and I get it, dude. Like
Yep.
imagine trying to buy a house right now, like
Oh my God, I don't know how you
being
do it.
25, like trying to jump out on your own, like
This year we were, I was up front, hanging out, manning the front area. Ralph was out back with the guys. It was early in the morning, and then
I was here early in the morning.
No, you're right. It couldn't.
It must have been
early.
late afternoon.
It was probably like 11.
Yeah.
So
Just
I'm up
got
here
in.
doing my thing. Ralph comes up front.
Not
and
known for being
and
on
he's-
time.
Ralph comes up front and he says, "Yeah, Jamie and Kev are on their way up to talk to us." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh
cool."
shit.
I'm like, "This is a few months ago. This is recent. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I figure it's like the meeting. Sometimes we'll get together with a meeting, go through all the jobs, kind of map out service for the week. So Jamie comes up, and he's like sits at the table, kind of like this, and small talk. And Kevin comes up. He's kind of standing next to him, and Ralph has a seat. And Ralph's like, "What's up, boys?" And they just look and say, "Well, Jamie says, Kevin and I are going to go start our own thing." Straight-faced, looking right at me. And I'm like, that's it. I'm just telling you guys now that service is the next step. And my 2 mechanics
Say they're going to walk.
say they're starting their own thing. And I'm just like, huh, okay, well, did we do something wrong, guys? Like, I was like,
he looked like he just got kicked
I was
in
like,
the junk. He
I was like
trying to scramble in his mind.
I'm like, holy crap, like what? And Ralph's like just sitting there, he's quiet, and I'm like, oh boy, and the guys are straight faced, and I'm just like trying to figure out, did we do something wrong? Because neither one of these guys want to talk to customers.
Yeah.
Like they're nice, wicked nice guys, super friendly.
No people skills.
They have
people
people skills. They just they want to just work on stuff. They don't want to come up here and chat about t-shirts and jackets and brake pads. They want somebody to say, "I need brake pads. Here's my pads. Put them on," and they'll do it. Like they want to just do the work. That's what they want to do. Crank up the radio. So I'm like, it sounds weird, but okay. I mean, maybe. Whatever. Owning your own business sucks, boys. So,
Yeah, good. Buckle up.
I mean, I was basically like, well, that's it for us.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we
Shit.
can't
What do
go.
we do
We
now?
can't go back to.
I got
just selling
6 weeks
t-shirts
booked
and-
out on the calendar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
then
What was the date?
And then I see the sides of the lips curl up a little bit here, and I look over at Ralph, and he starts like doing this like nervous laughter thing. I'm like, "You motherfuckers!
That
It's
is
April 1st,
Not
they were
funny.
fucking with you.
April Fool's Day."
Oh,
We planned the whole thing out back.
They
and
planned the
came
whole
up.
thing. Ralph and the boys did this on me. They all knew about it. So Ralph was
Jesus.
Ralph was
cold as ice.
included. I took the chair,
cold as
one of
ice.
the chairs that you're sitting in, and I threw it.
I would
broke
too.
the wheels off the phone. I threw the phone across the room. More in happiness that this was an April Fool's thing, and I was kind of putting on a show, thinking my camera was recording the whole thing, and it didn't, unfortunately. But I destroyed a phone and a chair because I was just like, I can't believe those guys just did
We
that.
got him good.
Oh man,
Got
that's
me so good.
We did
and
'em
they
dirty.
just started laughing.
dirty.
They all
Yeah,
just
it was-
started
it was
laughing.
good, though. It was
That's
it was
was
cold
awesome.
as
so
ice.
dirty.
Ice cold.
That was awesome.
So dirty, and they were so.
I'm
proud
just
that
waiting
they
for
did
the
that.
retaliation. though.
It's going to be bad. You're
it-
going to get hurt.
I don't know. I don't think
What if he
I
has it
have
in
the
him?
balls to do something that low.
That's low, man.
That was my livelihood. I'm thinking, this is it. I was literally like, this is the end of it because unless one of us gets another job, this would maybe do one guy up front here supporting a family, not 2 anymore.
Right,
We
right.
need the we need the service. Service is key.
Yep.
Ralph could be back there and probably do quite a bit in the summertime. He could
Tires
do
and oil
tires,
changes.
oil changes, and actually, I keep him pretty damn busy.
Yeah.
But the winter,
The Chinese scooters.
The winter time, it would just be tough. He could obviously he's great with snowmobiles.
Yeah.
He'd actually thrive at that. But it would just be like,
Yep.
I don't know. We were paying $20,000 a month in rent. We could probably get through just about anything.
Well,
Yeah.
you find,
Literally.
you find a way. It's like with anything.
Find a way. Like,
Dude,
Yeah,
there was times I borrowed a mortgage payment from my dad because I was like, I'm short.
Yep.
This is when we're in the mall. I'm like, I can't pay my mortgage this month, Dad.
Yep.
And he's like, all right.
Yep.
You know, I paid him back, but like, I've been there. I'm not too proud to say that. You know,
his
like
dad
Right.
paid my mortgage too. I never paid him back.
you didn't.
Oh, that's-
Well, you're a shitbag.
No, I didn't.
Hit
I
him
didn't.
next April Fool's. That's the
my dad
bullshit.
I
died.
didn't do that.
He's still owing.
That's about the time I cashed out my 401k.
Yeah.
And my buddy
Yep.
Chris that had my money,
Yep.
Yeah.
financial advisor, he's like, dude, don't do this.
Yeah.
Do not do this. And I'm like,
I'm doing it.
what do I have for a choice? I got 3 mortgage payments here that I can make.
Yep.
With that money, I've got to do it.
Yep. Yeah, but this kind of like it goes to, you know, we don't get it as much anymore, but we used to get like, oh, it must be nice to be snowmobile and do this and have all this cool brand and whatever. It's like, no, you don't. People don't understand what owning a small business is actually like and how delicate the balance of it all is. Like
a lot of risk.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
risk and it's hard work and it's nights
sure.
and weekends and it's it's
finding the balance with like family and work, and I
Yeah.
mean, I found a pretty good balance. But
I'm to the point now, honestly. I
but-
actually like where I'm at because now there was a time for the first 10 years I couldn't fathom like not being open 24 hours a day, and I couldn't imagine like we were open every holiday but Christmas and Thanksgiving, and we were literally just putting in so much time. 7 days a week we were open every Sunday. Not a lot of motorsports are open Mondays. We've always been open Mondays, still are.
Sunday,
But-
Monday's like the typical
There's
close
the weekend,
days.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
still open Mondays, but Sundays we're
COVID.
always open Sunday. And now it's just more. The other day, my had to pick up my kid from school.
Yep.
I put a fucking sign on the door. I'll be back in 3 hours.
Yep.
And shut the door, locked it behind me, and I wasn't stressed at all.
Yep.
I'm just like to that point in
Where
my
was I?
age.
Not here.
That's the age-old question, Ralph.
no, but like, was I up north? Was that when I was up north?
Maybe.
Or was that
I'm
when you
sure.
left early
For a
and I was
couple
still
weeks.
out back and didn't come up in time?
No.
No.
You were not here that day. It was the day you
I was
were
probably
off, so
bird
maybe
hunting.
it was the bird hunting day.
Yeah.
I had to go and get my kid, so I'm just like, I never would have done that
No.
in a million years. The first 10 years, I would have been like, my family can crash down around me. I can't close that
Yep.
door
Yep.
for an hour.
Yep.
Now I'm just like, yeah, I put a sign in the. They're gonna come back.
Yeah.
Especially if I've got their bike
Bike
here
or
and I'm
whatever,
working
yeah.
on it, or if they need a fly jacket, they're coming back.
And most
right.
most customers
I'm
are
not-
understanding. Like they know
Yeah.
we're a small business. Like,
I got to pick up my kid.
It's time.
I'll be
and
Yeah.
we're
back.
family too. Like we never take the same vacation. Like we never take vacation at the same time because one of us has got to be here.
Someone's got to be here. Someone's got to run the ship.
So like
yeah.
we can never like, hey, let's go to Florida. Let's go to the ocean this week, or go
Yeah.
to the lake this week, or we can
But
never do that.
Those three locations, you just made us sound rich.
Florida.
We can't ever
Let's
go,
go
to
to
the
our house in
ocean or Florida.
Oh, buddy, you can go down to Scarborough now for free and hang out at the beach. I just mean we can never
I'm
take the
actually
same
to
time
vacation
off.
in Biddeford
Yep.
this year.
Yep.
Really nice. I was thinking Saco.
Yeah, so it's that.
Balling.
20 years later, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Like,
But now having your son being able to work here and
That
getting
helps.
a paycheck from a business you guys built, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty
Ryan's
cool.
son came and worked grass drags with us.
That-
you know,
that was cool,
And he
though.
was and like I'm not a dad, but like that's cool. That feels great that you can build
and when
something
he's
and
17,
then
he will be running. That.
oh, he's
Like,
gonna be
oh,
he'll
yeah.
oh,
able
no,
to go
next
do
year
more
he's running the whole
stuff.
thing.
Yeah,
That's the
You guys
thing.
are gonna
Like,
be
But he
putting
was making
shots.
sales and he was counting. He was getting change and he was
Yeah.
bagging up things up and he was.
Yeah.
my little guy.
The attention span for an 11-year-old isn't quite at the time
Yeah.
yet.
and
where
it
he
It'll
should-
get there.
And it
It'll
shouldn't-
get there.
And it shouldn't be.
Hell.
Right, exactly.
Still don't have that attention
Right.
span.
You shouldn't want to wish
Where were you?
having your 12-year-old work. But my little guy actually comes in most of the summer and works almost all summer.
Yeah, his kid Drew.
He can sell. He actually sold a Roar e-bike, $4,000 e-bike, all by himself. I was actually with a customer. Guy comes in after looking at him, sees I'm with a customer. He's looking around, goes over to Drew, and he's like,
Drew peeks his head up over
Drew's
the
like
counter.
at the computer over there, and he's like, I got a question about the bike. Drew goes out because Drew owns one, so he's a perfect salesman. Goes out, shows the guy everything. I come back in. Guy's got $4,000 on the table. Drew's ready to ring him out. Drew can take a guy from nothing. He can ring him out, charge his card, do everything in the computer. He knows about Snell and DOT and selling helmets. And
He knows how helmets
he's-
awesome.
This is
fit.
like when he was 10 years old. He was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
He
he
is-
comes to work a lot.
He's
with
a little
me,
hustler.
Right.
and he's very sociable. What kind of bike you have? All right, cool. That's awesome. Honda? Nice. I bet that thing's fast. Like
Yeah.
he's like
He gets it.
super
He's a
talkative.
salesman.
Yeah, he's
That's
a sales-
great.
Yeah.
He does good.
No, he does.
That's-
He's unreal.
I got to hang on to that as much as I can.
Yeah. Proud,
but that's-
proud dad
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
All three of our boys. Riley is Ralph's son, and he's a good boy. He doesn't come in as much because he just does other stuff in the summertime.
Yeah.
But
The
Yeah.
ocean and the lake. And
Florida.
he's usually in Florida
not in the
on
summer.
his
Not in the
yacht,
summer. Not in the
but-
summer. Wyoming usually. He
He's
doesn't.
at the vacation home.
He
Yeah.
summers in Wyoming.
Yeah.
I prefer to winter in Wyoming
Yeah,
or
I would-
whatever.
Totally. That was a bad look. He summers on the ocean. There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, they live pretty good lives.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That's
Can't,
great.
can't complain.
No. And I mean, that's honestly, it's the customers. Like we have new customers, which amazes, which is good. But like the amount of new customers every week that we type in the system that I've never been in before. I'm like, well,
Motorcycle season.
that's cool.
That's good.
Like, it's not like the same, I don't want to say
Right.
stagnant customers, but if I didn't see new names all the time, I'd be like, all right, like,
Same
We
guys.
saturated the market.
yeah,
and
where are we
there's
at?
No one else.
So there's new people. Yeah, motorcycles.
Today, even dropping off a sled, first time in,
Yeah.
dropping off a sled.
Yeah.
A lot of new customers. So I guess that goes back
that's
to
why
your
we're here.
question about are you seeing new riders?
Yep.
Where not as many.
Yep.
Motorcycle season, actually, it seems like 50% of our people that we talk to every day are new.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yep.
Because there's always pavement.
Yeah. Right.
So you can ride a
a
bike or a
different-
sled
Yep.
or whatever.
It's a
or,
different.
When we
different
first
discipline.
opened, we
The
were
sun
only,
will come out in the summer, and people
only
are going to be
snowmobile,
riding.
really.
Absolutely.
Like, and I'm like, all right, well, this isn't going to work. We can't just do sled stuff. We gotta,
Yeah,
we
there's
gotta,
no way.
we gotta start selling dirt bike and motorcycle stuff.
Yeah.
Got to diversify.
It's been good, yeah. So we're just, at this point, just praying for snow.
Yeah.
Praying
Like
for
every
at least a
snowmobiler
winter
and skier.
as good. Last year was actually pretty good. So if
Pretty
we can
good.
at least get last year's snow and excitement, any better would be amazing. But at least as good
Yeah,
as
keep
last
that
year.
baseline.
Make
I
that the
feel like,
minimum.
yes,
Yeah.
if that's the minimum,
We're okay with
okay.
that. Yes.
And I mean,
Agreed.
it was dry this summer. If you look historically, dry summers usually end up with wet winters.
It's got to
Rain,
stay cold, though.
snow.
It's
You know
got to
what?
stay cold.
You
'Cause
guys
we
must
have
know
plenty of
it's
rain.
cold.
We
Yeah.
always have plenty of rain.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
gotta-
That's true.
Farmer's Almanac is done. Did you guys hear that?
Done?
Done. They're not going to publish Farmer's Almanac anymore. This is going to be
I
the
didn't hear that.
last year.
Well, who
What?
the heck's going to be saying it's going to be an epic winter every year then?
Yeah, I know.
One of us is
But
going to take
that's
that
a-
over and
that's a-
start
internet
lying to
troll's
the
gonna
public
be-
again.
But they're made. They're made
exactly.
in Maine, right? It's a Maine.
Yeah.
No one knows
Yeah.
who actually does it, but it's a Maine.
What's a compilation of historical
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, my wife told me that. I'm like, oh, like
Yeah.
not that I really read into it, but
Yeah.
whenever someone releases the Farmer's Almanac thing, you look at it, you're
You're
like,
like, oh,
okay,
God, it's
where's
gonna snow.
where's the little chart going to put the snow, and it's going to
Yeah.
be dry and cold and
I
warm and
wonder if
whatever?
they'll still have like a
Any
web
snow lover.
I
website
don't know,
or web
but
presence.
the published version is done. They said,
Wow.
I'm like, wow, that's a that's a change of times.
Yeah.
It started in the 1700s.
Really?
Yeah, 1790 something.
Jesus
Farmer's Almanac has
himself
been around
had
that
the
long.
first copy.
Yeah,
What's that?
he was still in sandals.
Jesus. 1790, but that's BC. Yeah, that's AD. Sorry. BC.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we're good here,
I
guys.
think Dave's out. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Dave's
like,
out. He just pieced out. Went to go get another seltzer.
But
Yeah.
no, yeah. Thanks for having us, guys, and thanks for obviously you guys are busy and
Put in some time. And
taking time out of your day to kind
Well,
of.
thanks for having us. This is cool. I've watched your podcast, listened to it, and
I haven't.
it's cool.
Well,
He's
you
not
let
a,
me
he's
know
not a
you guys have-
podcast guy.
Ralph's been wanting to do a podcast for a while to just talk more or less to talk about like retail instances, like some of the stories and some of the things you see in a retail setting.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure.
It is a riot. Some of the things.
Oh, I'm sure.
I just wanted to say another thing too. 20 years in, you do a podcast. You wear a Dodgers hat and a Vans hoodie.
Yeah.
You don't. You just.
You don't need to wear your own
You
stuff.
you don't brand hole yourself out.
Yeah.
No, I'm
What are you
surprised,
talking
I'm
about?
surprised nobody. I'm surprised nobody said that. But Jesus,
I did, but I'm not going to call you out on it.
20 years ago,
Company
dude, I
man,
would have
right?
had like
Yeah.
a grill
Face
that said
tattoo.
RaveX.
This
Nobody's
guy,
got a RaveX.
This is the same
tattoo
guy
yet.
that says
That's
you don't
sad.
wear the band of the
That
the
is
T-shirt
true.
of the band.
That is
That is
absolutely
true.
true. That is the
That is
most
true.
rookie concert
Really?
move ever.
You're going to
I would be
Deftones,
rocking a
you don't see
Metallica
it.
shirt at a Metallica show.
Never.
Full
No,
devil
you
horns
are a
out.
squid.
Yeah,
I am a squid.
Sometimes,
is-
yeah, that's the thing, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Everybody makes fun of me for wearing a Dodgers hat all the time.
Stylish.
Ally.
Cool.
So that's a Letterkenny reference. He's into that. But Ally.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
This is
Yeah.
our first
Thanks for having us on the podcast.
being
It was cool.
involved in a podcast.
We'll have
Yeah.
to do it
Really
again.
cool.
Yeah.
You guys
Let's
start
ride.
if you do your own, people will listen. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. You
We
know,
got some
like
funny stories from like we could go on for well, this has been 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
2.5,
we could
yeah.
we could go on for like I was saying that the day. I'm like, dude, I was talking about some story or whatever from one of the shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's a riot. Like
Yeah.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it only a riot?
maybe
for
nobody
us?
cares. No, I don't know.
well,
Put it out
so
there, see what
Ryan and
people
I,
think.
we're not going to keep going, but like we had the same thing as like we've been doing them for a little while, and like the internet's a void. You don't really hear all that much. We look at the views and all that sort of stuff. But this year at Grass Drags, we each had like 3 or 4 people, random people we didn't know, like loving the podcast, keep doing it, love hearing
Yeah,
them.
we're
And,
like, oh, cool,
when that
man. Like,
happens,
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, it's
all
validating.
right,
Yeah.
someone's into it, so we're gonna keep doing them.
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
Nice. Yeah.
Just throw it out
It's
there,
fun.
and people
Yeah, it's fun.
seem to.
If nothing else, You're having fun doing it, and
That's
if
it.
a few people listen, and that's what keeps RaveX going, is the people that come in every year for the DVD, or just I saw you at the Cumberland Fair doing the freestyle show, or I buy my gear from you guys. I have for 20 years. And it's those things, you know, not a million people are doing that,
Nope.
but just enough to keep us pumped and keep us
And those
be
people
like, all
love
right.
it.
Those
And it keeps
people
you
love
passionate
and
about it
it's
too.
like-
It keeps your love
Yeah.
of what you're doing.
Lights
Obviously,
that fire.
we've all been doing this a long time, so it's like it helps you.
Because
do
sometimes
it.
you're like, again.
Yep.
It lights that fire, though. It keeps you
Yeah, if
interested.
someone's like psyched or someone hears about it for the first time,
Yeah.
you're like, "Who are you guys again?" And it's like you got to like restart that conversation again, and like
Yeah.
if someone else brand new is like seeing this, like the spark or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
someone new is signing on," you know.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
thank you.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
good time.
it.
Let's ride.
yeah,
Let's ride. Let's do it.
absolutely.
We should totally. You can show me the bowl.
Oh yeah, well, if you can hit it fresh.
Yeah, we gotta hit it fresh.
Yeah.